Hey, y'all, listen, happy Wednesday, okay? It is Trending Topics Wednesday, and we got over the lineup for y'all. Now, I've been noticing, I'm sorry, I was finishing up my snack, but I've been noticing a lot of y'all been hopping the train. Y'all gonna make me call security, okay? Y'all gonna make me call security, and I'm gonna just shut the train down because y'all do not appreciate the conductor, okay? All the conductor asks is that you get your ticket, and your ticket is that like button. So do not hop this train. Just hit the like button. That's it. Hit the like button. Come on now. Oh, okay, we got Texas in the building. And that's right, we need a what? A choo-choo. All aboard, everybody. Now, this is Trending Topic Wednesday, okay? And ooh, we got some stuff to talk about. You know Kenya Moore? That man's a beast. He gave her the greatest gift, but he's her worst nightmare, okay? Now he's taking her back to court because of the fight that they had when they went away and Marlo was kicking on the door. He said that Kenya put Brooklyn in harm's way. We're going to talk about it. He's messy. Come on, Sheila, fire Marlo. We're done with her. Don't even downgrade her back to a friend. Fire her. We're done. She took it too far. Okay? Hey, KC in the house. I ain't mad at you. Come on through now. Then we got Larsa Pippen. You know Larsa, she got the nerve. That chick said she was embarrassed and traumatized because Michael Jordan said that he did not approve of her relationship with his son. She said, I was traumatized and embarrassed because the people thought I lied when I said that you was okay with it. Well, you know what, Larsa? We're going to talk to you, girlfriend. You know why? Because you was embarrassed because somebody said they didn't approve of your relationship. Well, how you think your kids feel? You hear flocking around the town with this dad's arch enemy. Girl, bye. Okay? Then you know what? I promise y'all I don't be searching these things out. I promise y'all I don't. But guess what? Something is amiss in the air. We got another airplane situation. We're going to talk about it. Got another airplane situation. And then, don't be hot. Don't y'all come for me. Because this is Trending Topics and we got to talk. Don't y'all come for me. Beyonce half brother wants to know where she be. Why she don't want to talk to him. Why she won't meet him. And listen, this ain't me, but the breadcrumbs and the rumors on the street are saying that Tina Knowles maybe getting a divorce. Maybe in divorce court. Tina, there's trouble in paradise over there at Tina's place. Now, I ain't trying to start nothing and I ain't really hear nothing, but I'm trying to put two and two together. Oh, Sebastian, you going to unsubscribe? The Beehive is going to unsubscribe? Oh, my. Listen. I ain't trying to start nothing, but the other day, Tina got robbed. And her husband is now allegedly estranged. Should we send the detectives over to the estranged husband's house? I'm just checking. I ain't trying to start nothing. I'm just checking because it seemed really weird that she got robbed. They took a whole safe. Come on, Emmanuel, now. They took a whole safe out of Tina's house. Who knew the safe was there? They just walked in the house and was like, oh, the safe must be over there. And then they took the safe and they left. Should we be looking at her estranged husband? I'm just asking questions. Now, listen, guys, we about to board this train. And I see some people is trying to get in, but the platform is packed. Platform is jam-packed. We're going to get into it. Let me bring the peeps up in the building. Uh-oh, here we go. Hey, Maria.
Calling all the beehives. Shut this train station down.
Well. Oh, Ashley said, yes, ma'am, Mr. Husband. I'm just trying to say, son's amiss. Something's amiss. Hey, in my opinion.
Hey, Diva. Ain't nobody shutting down the train.
Ooh, come on now. Hey, Leo. Hey, Nick.
Hey, Diva. Hey, Royale. Hey, Pinion.
Hey,
Eve.
Hey, girl.
Nikki.
Hey, Robin. Adele.
I got
Robin.
I got the raid flying insect spray for anybody who's buzzing.
Ooh. So best IBK said protest on the platform. Hey Denzel.
How you doing, Diva? How you doing, Diva Warrior and everybody?
Listen, all is well. Yeah,
Good.
something in the milk ain't clean. Something in the milk ain't clean. Okay, but we'll get to
Now,
that.
me and Robin will take a flight down there and to LA and go investigate because we are the detectives on the train.
Come
That's
on
the
now.
truth.
Come on
That's
now.
right.
So listen, guys, we're going to go ahead and get this train ride started. Okay, it is Trending Topics Wednesday, and you know, woo. Kenya Moore waited most of her adult life. And guys, I forgot to mention the drink cart is open. So cheers, everybody. Cheers. The drink and the food cart is open because Chef Kev is in the building. Okay.
Chef Kev.
Yes. Candace. Let me see what Candace said. Candace, hey Diva, I just found out this is live. I thought it was a replay. Candace, thank you for the super chat. Listen, buckle your seatbelt, girl. Buckle your seatbelt, because honey, the train ride sometimes it gets a little shaky. Okay, so come on now. So you know, Kenya Moore made it most of her adult life to have a baby and get married. You know, it was a love story. She met Mark out there in Brooklyn, New York. Shout out to Brooklyn. Okay. Met Mark out there in Brooklyn. And you know, they had a short, really quick love story. They got married on a beach somewhere, allegedly. And then the next day, you know, she was pregnant. And then she had baby Brooklyn. And once she had Brooklyn, everything went left. Mark, you know, acted a monkey nut fool. He treats Ken any old kind of way. He promised that he was going to take all of her money. Now he wants half of everything that he didn't even earn. Okay? And every time you turn around, like a little, I ain't going to say the word, but guess what I'm trying to say? Starts with a B. Like a little B. He taking her back to court for every little thing. Mark, we're sick of you, and you're not representing Brooklyn well right now. Okay? Man, in Brooklyn, they usually strong. They don't be going through all this nonsense. Okay, now he taking what's the name? Kenya back to court. Why? All because of Marlo. Because Marlo, when they went away, was banging on the door like a fool, and now he's acting like Kenya put little Brooklyn in harm's way. Now let me share a little bit of this story, and then we're gonna talk about it. I'm sick of him. Let me go. Where is this story at? Okay, here we go. Let's see what Mark talking about. Mark Daly is hot and bothered over Kenya Moore engaging in roller argument near their daughter. Listen, I'm not doing no shade here. This is facts. Mark, you have talked to Kenya sideways in front of your daughter. So now you want to take her to court because the argument happened in front of Brooklyn. Mark, you need to stop. So Kenya Moore's estranged husband, Mark Daly, is reportedly taking issue with the Real Housewives of Atlanta star having their daughter Brooklyn in the vicinity of a on-camera altercation. As a result, he's allegedly calling for the court to find the Miss USA title holder in contempt. Okay. So the matter reportedly stems from Marlo Hampton causing a scene in Birmingham. Now, I'm not going to go through this whole thing because we know what happened if you watch Roa. They was out there. Marlo came banging on the door, acting a fool, and things went left. But he also taken Kenya to court because Kenya was told by the courts previously anything involving Brooklyn for financial gain, before she does it, she has to talk to Mark. So apparently, Kenya did a pizza commercial. Come on, it's a little frozen pizza, Mark. Calm down. It's not Pizza Hut. Okay? Little frozen pizza. It's not Caesars. It's a little frozen pizza. She did a little commercial. Look how cute Brooklyn is. And he mad. He told me I found out about it on the internet. So he mad. He's a money whore. He just wants their money. Leave Kenya alone. Now, I ain't going to go through Kenya history because this ain't got nothing to do with that. This has everything to do with Mark. Stop it. Pissing me off. Well, yeah, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts are as follows. This is why, like Diva always say, you got to know who you marrying. You got to know who you walking
That's
down
right.
the aisle with. You know,
That's facts.
as I stated the last time I believe we talked about this, Kenya did not know this man. She waited after a year to marry a stranger
Oh my God.
to have a beautiful baby, and this baby is gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
But this just goes to show that everything that glitter ain't gold.
Oh my.
You know, I do think that, because of the other ladies, not because of Kenya's behavior, nothing Kenya has done,
Mm-hmm.
because of the other ladies, and because we can't control their behavior, I do think Brooklyn does not need to be around when the other ladies are around. She does not need to be on the trips. When we're doing at home scenes, when we're doing scenes with friends playing at the playground, when we're doing photo shoots, commercials, anything like that,
Mm-hmm.
Brooklyn is more than welcome. But just like everybody else got to leave their child, you got to leave your child at home when you go on these away trips. It is very unfortunate that you had a baby with a man who don't give a damn about you or the child,
Ooh,
except
child.
for y'all's money.
Oh.
It's very sad. It's shameful.
Ooh.
But that's who you chose to lay down with. And when they say you lay down with dogs, you get up with fleas. Well,
Oh my God.
I hate it.
Child.
I really dislike it. But I do agree that because of the other ladies, nothing that Kenya has done, I truly believe she has the best interest of this child. You can tell that she loves and cares for Brooklyn, and Brooklyn feels that love and care from her. But because of the behavior specifically of Marlo,
right,
you are uncontrollable, you're untamable. We never know what way you're going to fly. Unfortunately, now Brooklyn can no longer be on any other cash trips or any other trip that you ladies are around because of her behavior. I do not think that Mark needs to have any kind of custody. I don't think, because he really doesn't care about this child. Because if you remember back when they had worked together, he was never even stably in the home then. He was back and forth between New York and Atlanta. And, they just never had any kind of stability. So I don't think that, Mark needs to have any kind of dealings permanently with this child. But I do think that there needs to be somewhere in the documentation that the child cannot be around when the other ladies are around, because we cannot control their behavior. And Kenya did tell us that it scared Brooklyn. Now, had she not said that, maybe we would be okay. But because she said that and it was on camera, now Mark has proof that Brooklyn was scared when these other ladies came acting a fool. So
you talking facts. It's messed up.
Mm-hmm.
She messed up herself too.
Yeah.
She did.
Mm-hmm.
Zayafu, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you being here. Hey everyone, glad to catch you live. And I'm glad you caught the live too. In my opinion, your thoughts?
My thoughts is let's fire Marlo altogether, okay? We don't need that witch on the screen anyway, okay? She just bring bad karma, bad juju, everything. Let me tell you something. First of all, ain't nobody trusting this petty ass man that came here looking for a bag, okay? He came here with his restaurant already filling. She uplifted this man and he still got his hand out trying to reach in her piggy bank. I'm gonna need him to grow up and be a whole man, okay? Take care of your responsibilities. And as a part of your responsibilities, you made that little girl just like Kenya. So I'm gonna need you to put on your big boy drawers, pull them up, lace up your shoes, and get out there and get you a job, one that brings in a profit, so you can help take care of Brooklyn, and maybe she won't have to take her baby on every trip with everybody else.
Yeah, and you know what he also wants in that filing he did? He wants her to pay his lawyer fees. He's a
yeah, because he's a bomb. Okay. He can't hold his own business. He want this woman, this black queen, to get up here and pay for him. I'm gonna need him to put on his big boy drawers and take care of himself, so he can take care of his responsibilities. Because Kenya didn't make that baby by herself.
That part. Nikki, your thoughts?
I don't know. I'm torn on this. I would say Kenya's not my favorite person, but I think it's so unfortunate the way, he is treating her. Absolutely. It's just, it angers me on some level, and I'm not even her. And like I said, she ain't my favorite person, to be completely honest. And I think mostly because Kenya puts off this air of like super confident and I'm, know what I'm doing in the world. And it's very believable. if you just watch The Housewives, you'll think, oh yeah, she's super confident. But then I never felt that from her. I always felt like, I don't know. I feel like she's, how do people say, putting 20 on 10 or whatever, but she does it confidently. But I always felt like she doesn't seem confident with men. She doesn't give that same air with men. And it's just, it always felt uncomfortable to me because I always felt like, how are you this confident, but you give desperate? Like all the time, except for with women. She can give women the business all day long. But with a man, she just seems more kind of like Wendy Williams. No, if you watched her show, she would always be like, oh, I'm so pink and soft or whatever. But then acting crazy with everybody else. So from that perspective, I'm just kind of like, well, boss up then. But I do think he's a treacherous human being. Like, I really do think that way. You have to be treacherous to make a whole child with someone and then do everything you can to like break her down. Like, that's how I feel about it. I feel like he wakes up in the morning and is just like, what could I do to destroy this lady today? And it's so unfortunate because at the end of the day, you have a child and it's documented. So it's like, this child at some point can go back and watch how treacherous you are. Like, Kenya can try to protect Brooklyn from, you know, scrutiny and whatever people say online about her dad, but eventually she's going to know exactly who he is. And it's just really unfortunate, I feel like. But that's my opinion.
No, thank you. It is. Well, Emmanuel, I ain't going to sit here and lie to you. I ain't going to lie. You speaking some truth here.
That's not what happened, though.
He is.
Hold on now. He's speaking some truth.
Yes, he is.
Kenya said that Kim feels she was unprofessional for bringing her kids to a trip. Now the tables turn. Now listen, we gonna talk on the train. We gotta talk on the train.
That's not what happened, though.
That happened. Okay.
It's not like that, though.
You in the building? What are your thoughts on this situation? And you know, you're a guy up here. What's good? Why is this man constantly trying to come after and break this woman's soul? Are you there, Chef Cam?
Oh, I'm sorry.
He probably went and got a drink.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna just make it simple. The person you marry is not the same person you divorce. They're two different people.
Wait, you need to come closer, because what did you say?
The person you marry is not the same person you divorce.
Oh.
Woo. That's what she needs to understand. So when people say she don't know him, of course you don't know him because she's not doing that person she marries is not the same person she divorced. And that's what you're doing.
You need to come closer.
You need to come closer because we can barely hear you. But he said the person you married is not the same person you divorced, and that's why prenups need to happen. People get a prenup. What did Kanye West say? He has a whole song.
Get that prenup.
I ain't saying she.
Go digger.
You're right.
You better get you a prenup.
Come on.
So go ahead, Chef Cam.
No, that's it. I just say, you know, she's dealing with that person that, you know, she thought she knew, and now she's dealing with the real side. You know, the representative is gone. Now this is who he is.
Ooh, he's a beast too. He's a beast. Adele, what are your thoughts?
Okay, now I'm not gonna pretend to know Mark, but I'm gonna from what he gave us, honestly, he was the same person from the beginning. The nickname he gave her, the way he addressed other people who disrespected her, it was off way from the beginning. His whole aura, the way that he just interacted with her, he seemed so uncomfortable in his whole self. I don't know if it was maybe the cameras that made him so uncomfortable, but there was something about him that just didn't. He never relaxed. And on top of it, everything he said, he went back on it, especially when it came to saying that he would never take anything from her.
Yes.
And I as a man, he just I would say be very careful to the next woman who decides that they're going to trust him, because he's obviously not good at keeping his word. In the best of situations, things are going to happen. And Kenya didn't plan on what exactly. Kenya didn't plan on what happened with Marlo. And it's sad to know that the person that you're co-parenting with is basically waiting for anything to happen to pounce on it and you are already in a situation where you're trying your best. Like I almost feel like Kenya would rather die than put her daughter in any kind of danger. And
Yes.
instead of appreciating that, and I'm going to say this being very careful because I know how words are very important. But I'm
Right.
going to say this: it comes across as if the money is more important to him than even his relationship with Brooklyn.
Come on, no,
And
you said that. You said that, Adele. Come on now. You said that. That's facts.
yeah,
That's facts.
I really don't want to push it, but it just feels like that. I just and
No, your
yeah,
feelings is right. Your feelings is right. Go ahead.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
So at the end of the day, like he has, I don't know, and then he does something like I watched your video when you were talking about he's saying Kenny was stalling, but he put all these demands, and then right behind it he makes this message like, oh, she's the one that's stalling because he wants her to sign off on all the ridiculous things he's asking for.
Come on
That's
now. Yep.
manipulation. That's such manipulation. That's such narcissistic behavior that is
Yeah.
beyond words. So
Yeah.
I wish Kenya well, but
Yeah.
and I pray to God. I understand she wants a playmate for Brooklyn, but all I can say to her is be very careful. You want to go 2 down, 3 down in
Come
this
on now.
situation.
Come
I
on
don't
now.
know.
With that beast. And here's the thing. If he was really trying to, just if he cared about Brooklyn, what he would have said to Kenya is, I saw the scene. Just, do me a favor in the future. Because like you said, she couldn't have predicted that situation, right? He just said, I saw the scene, Kenya. I don't like Brooklyn being in that type of situation. Please be mindful for the future if it's a cash trip, because you never know what can happen, where she's at and what happens, right? He could have did that, but instead he runs to court. And then not only does he run the court, then he's going to tell the court, make her pay for what I just ran the court and told you. Trash. Go ahead, Robin. Your thoughts?
Well, let me start with my disclaimer. I do not watch Roa except through you guys.
Right.
But you don't have to watch this show to know that this guy Mark is a piece of trash.
Mm-hmm.
You also don't have to watch this show. I'm gonna take the other side because I believe that we all believe that Mark is trash. I want to get on the women and especially Marlo. Listen, I'm gonna go real beyond this. If the court entertains Mark and he prevails, unless it's contrary to a stipulation in my contract, I'm suing all those women who are outside disturbing my peace and my child's peace. And if it is a contrary to anything that I'm contractually obligated to, meaning I can't sue them, they're going to have to meet me outside because we're going to fight. Period.
Yeah. E, your thoughts?
Okay. Listen, I think Kenya is smart when it comes to marketing. She is smart when it comes to acting and television. Beauty is her business. But when it comes to men and relationships, Kenya is giving ICDC College a run for their money. At one time, I felt compassion for what Kenya was going through with Mark. Him trying to take the manor and trying to get spousal support and all of that. He really embarrassed her over time. But what made me change my mind is when Kenya allowed this man to live in New York for 2 years while she lived in Atlanta and raised this baby by herself. She should have filed for divorce then.
Yeah.
What was the point in prolonging the inevitable when the longer you stay married to a low-earning bum without a prenup, then the more likely and the higher the amount you'll have to pay. Don't get me wrong. Like, I know the story with Kenya's mom and dad. I get it. Her parents failed her. Make no mistake about it. But Kenya is failing Brooklyn right now. She's not securing the bag and she's stressing herself out. You cannot be a good mom if you are not. Listen, you cannot be a good mom if you are overworking yourself and you are emotionally unavailable because you are in and out of court fighting with this light-skinned turtle head and his nose ring. And Mark doesn't like women. He never liked women. And I get it. See, but this is what Kenya likes. And this is what she was in love with. And she's trying to keep this broken fantasy together for the sake of her first child. But it's all delusion. And remember, Kenya had never even met this man's parents or his first set of kids. And if Kenya had met his first set of kids, then she would have known Mark really doesn't like being around kids for real. What we all know now is Mark doesn't pay his taxes, his restaurants are dirty, and he is an ungodly son, absentee father, and a disappointment of a husband. But even with all of that audacity, I cannot devote more sympathy to Kenya than Kenya devotes to herself. If this man is giving you this much grief on earth and you're in your second half of life, then why the hell would you sit on national television and say you would get back together with him and have another baby? What that translates to me is Kenya hasn't had enough heartbreak yet. And she's willing to let Mark come back and finish the job. Like Iyanla says, I'm not going to fight you for your healing. So go ahead and have another baby. Knock yourself out, baby.
Woo! Woo! Wow. You done said a word. You done said a word. That's facts. You done said a word. I'm not going to fight you for your healing. Woo! Ashley, thank you so much for the super chat. I truly appreciate it. Good gosh. Listen, I hope somebody out there learning something. I hope somebody out there learning something because this
Don't
is
go to
some
ICDC
serious
college.
stuff. Woo! Denzel, what is your thoughts? Denzel, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can now.
I'm sorry, I was on mute.
You're fine.
This situation, it pissed me off because, I like Kenya, and I'm gonna say this because, I don't, because some people feel that way. Um, you know, like what Emmanuel was saying, and then some people was saying, what Kenya said about, Kim Fields' children. Some people feel like that this is her karma. I don't think that, but some people might think that way. And Marlo, she was wrong for kicking, Kenya Moore's door. Mark need to be mad at Marlo, not at Kenya. Okay. And Mark, he disrespected her on that show time and time again. You can tell he don't like Kenya. You can tell he don't like her. And and then this is really embarrassing. He needs to grow up. And not only that, why are you gonna you setting the wrong example for your daughter. This is embarrassing. He could have called Kenya and told her, well, I didn't like what I saw on that episode. And not only that, why is he just saying something now? Why he didn't say something when the episode aired?
Well, he pretty much did. He probably, as soon as he saw it, he went and filed the paperwork.
Oh,
he saw it, and he filed the paperwork.
And you know what? He's a bum. He's a bum. Because real men don't act like that. He's a bum, and he's a punk. He's a punk.
Mm-hmm. He's being real messy. All he's seeing when he looks at Brooklyn and Kenya, he sees dollar signs.
Yeah, dollar signs. Money.
And then it's sad. He wants to block Kenya from making her money. So he wants all of her money, but then he wants to block her from making money. Like how evil can you be? How evil can you be? Ashley, thank you for the super chat. That man doesn't care about anyone but himself. Facts. He only married her because I think she paid him to get married and have a baby and then divorce. But she fell in love with him. She definitely is in love with Mark, but to her own detriment. You know what I'm saying? To her own detriment. She better wake up and wake up fast because this man is sticking it to her left, right, and sideways. Okay, Sebastian, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts are this. E said it best. E said everything that I had in my head best. And I also add this about the Kim Fields situation. It's not the same thing. Kim Fields has a support system. Kim Fields has a husband who could take care of her children. And the thing is, it wasn't just Kenya who mentioned the irresponsible thing what Kim Fields did. Also, Sheree, who's a mother who has children as well, said that Kim Fields should have been more responsible with having her children at that event when they went to the Congressional Black Caucus, because that's where it happened when they went to DC.
Mhm.
I also will say this: Kenya has some form of separate. If you really look at it, she probably has some form of separation anxiety with Brooklyn, due to the fact that she didn't have a mother growing up, so she fears every time she distances herself from Brooklyn. You guys got to look at it like that though, because we all the time Brooklyn is always with Kenya, because of that. I don't blame her, but this time, this situation, the nanny was on downtime, guys. The nanny was on downtime. It was Kenya's turn to take care of Brooklyn because it was nighttime.
Mhm.
It was like 9:10 p.m.
Mhm.
and the peace of her child was disturbed by a convicted felon. By a convicted felon. The peace of her child was disturbed by a convicted felon who thinks that she wants to get a pow pow now. She,
You be playing
I
too, Ashley,
hope,
because you sitting there
I
laughing.
hope, I hope that one day Brooklyn and Kenya will be victorious. Maybe you never know. Mark could probably change his ways in the future, but very, very low, very low. You never know. But hopefully they can resolve this situation. And I agree with Auntie Robin. Mark needs to be going after those heifers who disturb that child's peace.
You know what, Emmanuel? Did you speak? Thank you, Sebastian.
No.
Go ahead, Emmanuel.
Okay. So, first things first. This has nothing to do with Marlo. It has nothing to do with Marlo knocking on the door. He would have looked for any situation that was
Yeah,
similar to make it an excuse. Now,
yeah,
with that being said, Kenya needs to be smarter
yeah.
because when she took Brooklyn to that girls' trip, she knew she was there to work. Now, this is the Housewives that they're filming. The Housewives have had Monique and Candace getting in fights, Portia dragging Kenya. Been there's always been situations that get really heated, so she should have known better than to do that. I will
Mhm.
say, I don't I don't know how to say this. I don't agree with what he's doing. I think
Mhm.
that he's dragging her through the mud, like he's doing way too much. And I don't wish that on her. But at the same time, not that I don't feel bad for her, but I'm also not like crying about it. And the reason why is because we saw Kenya throughout her entire tenure at Housewives just constantly poking at people's families, at their marriages, at their downfall, just rejoicing out of it. And I think we there's a lot of lessons that we can learn about this. Number one, please know who you're going to marry and who you're going to have a baby with. That's very important. And number two, don't make it your storyline. Don't make it your purpose to try and destroy other people, because
Mhm.
that's what she did. She was really she liked to poke the bear at Phaedra and Apollo. I don't have to go down the list because y'all know, but I don't know. I wish the best for her. I do, but I don't know.
You know what? This is a sad situation. She had a past, and what we're gonna have to move on and do is, let go of her past, and let's, try to forgive her and have some grace and mercy and have a heart, like he said, have a heart,
Well, Kenya
because
got to let go of her past
Can
first.
y'all let go of
Heal his heart back
Marlo's
over.
past too?
yeah,
Come on,
she
Nikki.
does.
Can
Okay,
we
but
let go
hold
of
on.
Marlo's past too?
You're all
Okay.
right.
But she's a
Right.
convicted felon, though. That's always going to be with her.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all of
let
them
me
are. Uh-huh.
yeah, let me say this though. I think that if I were Kenya, I would find a way to finish out this divorce. If you're gonna see, Candy told her. And you know what? Again, I have to say, shout out to Mama Joyce. Because Candy won't be caught up in this mess. But somebody did put in there, do prenups matter when Kevin Costner got to pay this shit $129K a month? So are
And
the
there was
courts
a prenup.
honoring the prenups? What's going down? What's good? But I guess what? You know what? I'm at least have one versus not have one. So we gonna go to court with that prenup. But see,
They need to go to Tia Mari's attorney because Tia ain't paying that man nothing.
come
So
on
they
now.
do matter.
They do matter. So you know what? You are correct. You are correct. You know what? So Candy tried to school her though. But see, Kenya thought she knew more than Candy. She was in love. And now here we are. Mark just dragging her for filth, back and across the coals, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And like Adele said, you don't even love your daughter at this point because you're just trying to stress her mother out. But before Kenya Moore here can go somewhere, she better just divorce this guy. If her house is worth $1 million, give him 500 grand. Because you spending more in the courts right now with the lawyers anyway. And like you said, Emmanuel, if it wasn't that scene, he's just sitting down. He's miserable. He's sitting down waiting for Kenya to make one more move so he can pounce on it. Now, I want to know, is he FaceTiming his other kids? Do he see his other kids? He want to claim he ain't seeing Brooklyn. You're not seeing none of the kids. You just want her money. And Mark, for the record, was sick of you. Now, we're going to move on. He's deplorable. He's despicable. And I'm over Mark Daly. But see, Kenya has to be over him more. And when she's ready and had enough and she done gave the lawyer in the courts enough of her money, maybe she'll just say, you know what? What I got to pay to get rid of him.
Maybe she is settling though because she's selling
No,
her
they're going to
house.
the trial.
She's selling her house actually.
Oh, she is, but they're going to trial. Maybe she is, and maybe trial already happened, but they're going to trial. And trial is going to be brutal because he's being a beast.
Yeah, and then one more thing.
Go ahead, Emmanuel. But let me just say this real quick. You know what he wants? He wants Brooklyn to not be on the show. He wants to stop her bag. Like, how nasty are you? He wants to stop her bag. He doesn't want Brooklyn to be on that show. But you know what, Mark? She's going to rise. She's going to rise. But go ahead, Emmanuel. What was you going to say?
I was just going to say that I agree with what Royer said earlier. If it's a home scene where they're at, in the kitchen or whatever, that's perfectly fine. But because do you remember last season, remember Kenya had a little party and they were talking about Candy sucking this or whatever. And like one of the moms left and was like, this is not appropriate. My kid is here.
Yeah.
It's stuff like that she should avoid.
Yeah. And I want to say that was Brooklyn's party.
Yeah. You know what? It was. Yeah, it was.
It was?
It was Brooklyn's party.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh.
It was Brooklyn's tea party. All right, guys, we're going to move to the next stop, okay? Because that's a situation that's going to be ongoing. Now, let's talk about this next chick that don't have a head on her shoulders either. Okay, she's a little delusional. And her name is Larsa Pippen. When you want to say that you're embarrassed and traumatized because your young boyfriend, father, says he doesn't approve of your relationship, and you feel like because you went on the Tamron Hall show and said all was good in the hood, now everybody looking at you like a liar, so you're embarrassed and traumatized. Well, Larsa, let me ask you a question. If somebody got a direct line to her, ask her a question. Do you think your kid was traumatized when his teammate that got traded to his team was your ex-boyfriend? And he had to play with him, knowing
Not
that
ex-boyfriend, Diva. She was still married to Scotty, her ex-fling.
Well, her ex-fling. But either way, your son gotta be on the team with the person you were sleeping with. Do you think that maybe your kids was a little traumatized and embarrassed that you now running around town with their dad's arch enemy son? You think they're a little traumatized, Larsa, and embarrassed? So you care about no one but yourself because someone didn't acknowledge you. You're traumatized. Traumatized. No, traumatized is my mama is sleeping with my daddy's enemy. Sleeping with the enemy. Traumatized is my mama likes to date people younger than me. Let me share this screen for 1 minute because Larsa, she's messy. Traumatized. Well, I'm traumatized too, Larsa, because you're a mess. Okay. She said embarrassed and traumatized, and she's 49. Now she's 49. She should be able to handle it. Her kids are younger. Addresses Michael Jordan's diss about her relationship with his 32-year-old son. Okay. Larsa isn't downplaying her reaction to Michael Jordan publicly declaring his disapproval of her relationship with his 32-year-old son Marcus. The 49-year-old is embarrassed and traumatized by the NBA legend's comments. Okay. Now she said, to her boyfriend Marcus, and her boyfriend Marcus, he laughed it off. He said, "Oh, blame it on the alcohol. He had too many martinis or something." Okay. And she didn't think it was funny. She said, "I'm hurt. I'm looking like a liar in these streets because I was on Tamara Hall saying we was good. And now your dad saying he don't like me." Okay. And Marcus is like, "Oh, whatever. Don't worry about it." Okay. I can't say nothing to my dad because my dad funds my life. My dad is my boss. I run the sneaker store. I run my dad's sneaker store, and that's the only job I got outside of this podcast with you. So I can't be addressing my dad. You just got to get over it, Larsa. Okay, that's pretty much what Marcus said. Marcus, you're in over your head, Marcus. You are in over your head. Now I'm going to stop sharing this screen. Roya, what are your thoughts?
If Larsa would have been honest from the beginning, your feelings wouldn't be hurt. You wouldn't have no, issues going on. Larsa's been lying. You know that man didn't like you. If this is your ex-husband's rival, what makes you think that you finna step in the picture? If he's your ex-husband's rival, what makes you think you finna step in the picture and be all gung-ho for the talent show? No, it don't work like that, boo. Now, talk about hurt. Like you said, Diva, imagine how these kids feel that you dating their peer.
Come on.
You dating these kids' peer. Little Michael Jordan, what are you thinking?
Mm-hmm.
Out of all these beautiful, fine women out here, and not to say that Larsa is not beautiful or this, Larsa's not my cup of tea, but when I see her out in these clubs, when I see her at these bars, it looks like somebody grandma is with their grandchild. What are we doing? We look like a Botoxed up grandma with their grandchild, and it's not giving.
Wait, Roya. She looked like I'm traumatized by this story. This is a case when being a cougar goes wrong. Oh my God.
Oh. It went to the left, okay? And then what if you want children, sir? So you want these children and they mom about to be 60 years old and you having 2, 3, 4, 5-year-olds?
Don't do that.
I'm not shaming. I'm just keeping it real and honest. Nowadays, the kids need their mamas in their lives. The kids want to run around. They want to do all this extra stuff. You got to keep up with these kids, okay? The technology is somewhere else. Larsa don't know how to do this new math. Who gonna help the kids with the new math? I don't agree with this situation. If you had not been lying from the beginning, you wouldn't have to be feeling all bad and stuff. And then the other thing was Tamara tried to save your behind, and you was mad at Tamara.
She did.
I'm done.
All right, Nikki, what are your thoughts?
Oh my God. First of all, I don't know. Maybe if you could put in the chat, what did she lie about? What was she lying about? Maybe I missed that part. But again, to me,
she lied because she went on Tamara Horn. Tamara asked her, how does Michael Jordan feel about it?
And she said he was cool with it or something.
She said he was cool with it. So now that's why she said she's embarrassed and traumatized because the streets think she's a liar now. Gotcha. And Marcus told her, "Don't even worry about it because my dad was drunk. He blamed it on the alcohol."
I thought that's right, Marcus. I don't know. I feel of two minds because I do feel like people should just live their best life. And Bentley, I'm sorry if y'all hear the squeaking in the background. I do feel like people should be able to live whatever life they want to live. But I feel like, again, just like I said about Kenya, Larsa, to me, exudes. She's beautiful. I think she's gone to the doctor a few too many times, but she has a nice body. She looks like Miami all day long. So I could understand why a guy or young guy especially might be like, oh, I want to bag her or whatever the case may be. But she feels like a Kenya, just maybe not as rude and mean as Kenya, but she exudes, I'm all glamorous and I have this $10 million house, you know, in the sky and all that. But to me, I mean, I don't know. I guess I feel like you can date whoever you want. If you want to date 10 million men, you can do that. But to me, it just feels weird because I'm just kind of like, if you're so pretty and you're so well versed in this world and you're in this industry, why nobody really just wants you like that, like permanently? You know what I mean? So I do wonder about that part.
Marcus Jordan is not, he's standing by his woman. You know the problem I have? You gotta have some type of integrity. I wouldn't care how much if I did, no matter what, if that was my ex-husband's friend, enemy, I'm not about to date his child. I'm just not going to do it. Okay. She saw Marcus when he was in diapers and now she's dating him.
I know. And that's what bothers me because I'm just kind of like, I've always felt this way. It's a different subject, but you remember Celine Dion? I'm not Celine. Is it Celine Dion? But she ended up dating like the guy that like, Daly, stop. Sorry. She ended up, it's because I'm talking. He's like, let me get the squeak toy. But I always felt like grossed out. And yeah, he started dating her when she became an adult. But I'm like, you've been managing her since she was like 11. Like, it just seems like
it's not right,
bro. Like, it just seemed gross to me. Even though they had kids together, even though they got married, I'm just like, it's just some stuff. Just leave that over there. Like, it is.
Leave that over there.
Yeah.
Thank you. E, your thoughts? I'm ready. They say you shady. E, what are your thoughts?
So, how do I feel about Larsa Pippen? Well, dark-skinned women, pay attention. Start doing the same things these light-skinned women do because this is what the black man like. Okay, you got to pay attention. If you want to get a successful black man, this is the first thing you have to do. Marry his enemy, rule number 1. Next, have 3 kids. Then next, you want to divorce the enemy and start dating a successful black man that you really like that first. Go get his son. Ladies, get into the legacy by any means necessary. Stop letting these black men tell you they prefer women who are all natural. No, they don't. If black men preferred all natural bodies, then why is it so many? Okay, why is it so many of them in the strip clubs spending money on women with silicone and clip-in tracks down to the Magic City and P Valley? They don't like all natural bodies. And don't let them tell you they prefer women with no makeup because all the women in the strip clubs, all they wear is lashes, makeup, and glitter everywhere. Okay, I want us to be real clear. Stop letting these men tell you they prefer virgins. No, they don't. It's too many sluts with bad reputation, getting millions of dollars and getting babies from these men. Okay, now, like I told you, sleep with their enemy, sleep with their best friend, charge these men because this is what they like. This is what keeps them coming back. If you need further proof, Portia Stewart Williams Gubadia, example number 1. Example number 2, Lori Harvey, Jocelyn Hernandez, Bambi, Jennifer Lopez, Corinne Steffens. Ladies, I'm telling you, Larsa's trying to teach us something. Kim Kardashian, sleep with their enemy, sleep with their best friend, and then go date their son. That's how you get it.
Oh, child. Emmanuel, what are your thoughts?
Okay, so I'm sorry to say this, but Larsa Pippen disgusts me. I see her at the show Real Housewives of Miami, and she is such a mess. And it's just so creepy knowing not just the age difference, but knowing that she was around when he was a child.
Yes, like, come on now.
To put it in some perspective, she was like graduating high school when he was a toddler. So that's weird. But I'm also, to be honest, I'm looking at him, at Michael Jordan's son, because it's like, out of all the women in the world, that's who you pick? I mean, Larsa Pippen, who has had a face transplant, so much done to herself. I don't know. If I was Michael, I would not put him in the will. I think it's embarrassing.
You said not the will.
Yeah, take him out because that's crazy. And yeah, I mean, in a word, no.
Because of who he had sex with? Like, stop. I cannot.
No,
You know
because
what though? You
they're
know what
dating.
though, Emmanuel? I've
Who I'm
been getting
dating?
on
I gotta
her.
get kicked out the wheel.
You know what though, Emmanuel? I've been getting on her, right? Because she's dating her husband's arch enemy. But you know what? You helped trigger something in my brain. I need to get on him.
Yeah. Like, what's
Why
wrong with
would you
him?
date? Why would you date? You know that your father does not get along with Scottie Pippen. Why would you date his ex? So Marcus, you wrong too, as 2 left feet. I'm not getting with nobody that my parents had an issue with.
Exactly. And I mean, I also don't think she loves him that much. I think she is trying to get back at her ex-husband. I think she might be trying to get some money because she doesn't really have a career. She used to do OnlyFans for a while, and she's, like I said, on the Miami Housewives, but ugh, it's gross.
Yeah, when you have no talent though, and your only thing that you was doing it was being what your husband that had money. Now she's got to figure out her way on her own. You know, she's just grasping at straws, but you can grasp somewhere else. I wouldn't have went down that road. She
Diva.
went down the wrong road. Sebastian,
Exactly. And you know what, Diva? I don't know if you watched the show, but she has the nerve to make fun of highly educated women on the show for having a
Yes.
career.
Yes, she
Um,
does.
for
Does
doc,
she?
yes, don't come at Dr.
I
Nicole
gotta go watch
because
this show. Hold on.
Don't
mm-mm.
come for not Dr. Nicole. I don't play with.
Yes,
yeah,
don't come for her.
I don't particularly care for her like that, and I'm almost over Not For Nothing all the Housewives shows, so that's
Oh
why
no,
I
you have
dropped
to
a
support
lot of
Miami
them.
Diva. You have to
Yeah, but
support our.
I
Yeah,
dropped
you
a lot of them
do.
off of my thing because I'm almost literally I'm tired of utilizing my brain cells on these shows because I'm almost over all of them. It's like the same thing but a different name. They
But Diva,
disrespectful to each other. You know, it's always a fight. They go on the trip. We got to fight over the room. We got to fight at the lunch table. We got to fight at the dinner table. I'm almost done. I'm
Diva.
almost done. Yes.
Yeah.
But Emmanuel, hey Emmanuel said, Larsa doesn't really have talent. Selling a man a fantasy is a talent. That is a full-time job. And like Uncle Clifford said at P Valley, no coins in the G strings, only dollars. Okay, that's a talent.
Ooh, Sebastian,
Account.
your thoughts?
Go ahead. Go. Sorry.
My thoughts are this. Larsa is nothing but a hoe. I always said this from the beginning. Nothing different. She went from selling feet pics. She said she sold feet
Who?
pics on OnlyFans. But Bravo and producers showed actual pictures of her OnlyFans where she would show her bare butt. Larsa is horrible. She's disgusting, and she criticizes Nicole for not having a child in wedlock. So I could never have any sympathy for Larsa at all. Larsa deserves the worst. Except though she deserves the worst. I hope Marcus breaks her heart and gets a younger woman, and we're gonna see her in tears. I really do. Also, you are 100% correct, Eva. It's more embarrassing that Scottie Pippen Jr. has to play on the same team as Malik Beasley, who you slept with while you were married with his father. That is way more embarrassing
Traumatizing.
and traumatizing. That
Mhm.
those locker room jokes that they must be making about him, and he's only 22, guys. Those locker room jokes that they must be making about
I
his
don't think men
mama.
think about that though.
Oh, you
At
better
all.
stop. You
I don't
better
think they do.
stop.
I think they like I got with old girl period because I feel like men
No,
can compartmentalize sex, but that's just me.
no,
Yes,
no,
I agree.
no,
Thank
no.
you.
Let me tell you something. No, let me tell you something. It is embarrassing to know that your mother is out here sleeping with team members.
Yep.
Oh,
That's
he's not on the team
embarrassing.
anymore.
I'm
No, I'm
sorry.
saying I agree about the child, her child, yes, but I'm saying like the guy, Michael Jordan's son, I
Marcus,
think is who
yeah.
she's sleeping with or whatever. I don't think he cares. I think he's like, listen, I'm winning. I really do think that way.
How are you
He's
winning?
winning?
No, wait, hold on one
No,
second,
I'm
Nikki.
not
I
saying
know
he's
what you're saying.
winning.
I understand what you're saying, Nikki. But let me tell you something. How are you winning when you sleeping with a chick that your father is her ex? Your father is not friends with him. That's the enemy.
I
Now
get
your
that.
father is funding your life, and you know what, Emmanuel? I'm starting to agree with you. Cut him out the will.
Yo,
But
cut him
Emmanuel
Also,
out.
is just not Emmanuel. Which one is it? Emmanuel or Sebastian?
it
I'm
was
like,
me
if
that
I
was
was his
speaking.
friend in real life, I would never. I'd be like, you know what? Everything I do, Emmanuel has sentenced me to death. That is what's gonna happen. There's
Also,
no
I
second
Go ahead,
chances
wait.
of
Go ahead,
feedback.
finish, Sebastian.
Sorry.
I want to mention the fact that, and I know I'm gonna get dragged in the chat, but it's okay because I don't care. Um, Older women, when they go for this is gonna
It's okay. I'll back
calm
you up.
down,
Say it.
calm
Say it.
down. Older women, when they go for younger men, it's completely different than when older men go for younger women. And I'm going to say why.
That's true.
And y'all could drag me, but the truth is, a younger man may have certain desires at that age when he got with you. For example, if he probably didn't want kids, but 10, 20 years down the line, when you're all up in your 70s and the geriatric areas, he may want kids. And because he's still kind of young, and you can't give it to him. And it's just the truth. I'm
You
sorry.
mean to tell me that you think that young girls don't change their mind when they get 30 and 40? Being taken care of when you're 20 is fine, but most girls, they want their own money because nobody wants to be under a man with a receding hairline and a limp noodle trying to tell somebody what to do and needing your clothes washed and needing your food ate. Sebastian, are you kidding me?
No, a lot of 20-year-olds want to get money and do nothing.
Women tend to
But
marry
when
up. What are you
No,
saying?
hold
Which
on,
20-year-olds are you talking
hold
about?
on,
Because
guys.
I
Hold
don't know
on,
none.
Daly. Hold on, guys.
I don't know
Daly,
none.
thank you for the super chat. Hey, Diva, I wonder if Larsa was eyeing Marcus at MJ's wedding to his second wife. She
Oh
was
my.
with Scotty. Marcus was just old enough to drink. She probably was.
Mm-mm.
Probably was.
Also, guys, you guys are forgetting this as well. Um, Larsa said on the reunion, which is why this is the most gross part, that she had sex 4 times a day for 25 years.
Oh, with Scotty. I heard that. Listen,
That was disgusting. And knowing that, no, that's just so
Why is
gross.
that disgusting? It's
It's
natural.
just, it's
You don't
disgusting
have
that she
sex
had.
that
when
was
you want
no,
to?
no, hold on.
Stop.
Sebastian, you
Okay.
know what she did with her husband, at the time, to me, that's their business. And
It should have kept inside her head.
she should have kept it inside her head. What pissed me off with her saying all of this is like, you know what? You had a relationship with this man. You was married to this man. And my thing is, a lot of stuff you need to shut up about because you have kids with him. Now, if
Exactly.
you don't have any children with him, go about your business and run your mouth. But because you have kids with him, shame on you, Larsa. And again, do you not think that was embarrassing and traumatizing for the kids? She's messy. Chef Kev, what are your thoughts?
Okay, so there's a song by Jasmine Sullivan, and she needs to listen to this song. Pick up your feelings. So if Michael Jordan don't like you, pick up your feelings. That's all she needs to do. Move on with your life. I mean, she knows what she did was wrong. That's why she feels some kind of way. You know what I mean? But ain't nobody got sympathy for her.
Right.
You know, you messing with somebody. I mean, you're messing with a younger guy, and this is her mo. She slept with a few NBA players. I wouldn't be surprised if Malik Beasley is the only one she cheated with. You
Oh,
know what I mean? So what happens is when you're in that circle, and she probably knows her marriage is going down. Maybe she had a prenup, and she knew she wasn't going to walk away with much. Her kids are grown, so now I need to jump on some of this NBA money, and that's what she did. So she keeps herself looking as best as she could. But to me, she's probably swinging from a pole, doing every trick she knows to these young dudes. And it's like, and that's what happened with was it Marcus Jordan? You know what I'm saying? You got somebody going fall in love with the hoe, and he did.
Ooh.
And that's what it is. Hey, look, it's gonna be always gonna be one. I don't care who you are. It's always going to be somebody. That I learned that, I heard that in high school. I mean, in college, and it's so true. Somebody going to fall in love with the hoe. Trust me on this one, and that's just the way it is. And he fell in love with her.
Mm, mm.
I cannot.
Thank you, Chef Kev. Allie, thank you for the super chat. Older women have a higher S drive as they age, while it's the opposite for men. Older men know that. That's why they go for the younger woman. All right. Thank you so much for the super chat. Robin, you're up. What are your thoughts?
Larsa Pippen's claim of embarrassment is a response made for reality TV.
Yeah.
And I say that because of all the behaviors that have been noted here, including the son's teammate, if that and those things that were mentioned tonight are not embarrassing to her, Michael Jordan saying the word no is bull crap. Period.
Thank you. In my opinion, what are your thoughts?
Larsa is garbage, okay? And let me tell you something. The girl can't even spell traumatized. I'm gonna need Larsa to go to the school of get you education, okay? Because she is low budget, she's trash, and we could just throw her in the dumpster.
Wow. Okay, there go Larsa. Denzel, what are your thoughts?
Um,
I always think, what would the engineers say?
what was that?
My Google.
Oh, oh. She
The Google trying to find Larsa.
wait a minute, I hear an echo.
Go ahead, you're fine. Go ahead.
I'm good. Okay. Um, she knew that her ex did so she knew that her ex and Michael Jordan don't like each other.
Mm-hmm.
So she knew about that. Why why did she go? Why did she dating Michael Jordan's son? Oh, I know why. I know why she did it. To be messy.
Mm.
Messy.
Mm-hmm.
And she knew what she was doing. She's trash. She's trash. And you know what? Another thing, she setting a bad example for her children. This is embarrassing. What is wrong with people?
Mm-hmm.
People are diva. She's trash. That's it.
That's it, and that's all, right?
Yep.
Can
That's
I
it.
ask you a question?
Yes, you can. And then I'm moving to the
Isn't this
next
what
topic.
athletes do all over the NFL? The what's the Major League Baseball, football? They not all out here being hoes.
Not all of
Different
them.
area codes. I mean, come on, like let's stop it. Like I don't agree with what she's doing. I wouldn't do it. But let's just keep it a buck. Like there's millions of men who go out here and slang and hit everything that walks and that they can that's moving. And then later in life they want a good girl. They
And just because they do it don't mean that they right.
perpetualize. I ain't saying this right. I said I said
Okay,
something
then,
else.
but that's what we speaking
I
on.
understand that. I'm just giving a different perspective is all I'm saying. I'm saying we're dragging her. And I'm not even mad that, she getting drugged. I agree. Like what she's doing isn't great. All I'm saying is let's just keep it a buck. Men do this every single day of the week. All
No,
day,
but
every
I
day.
think the difference is,
So I
Nikki,
don't
for
I don't
me.
really I
Right,
don't
no,
get
no, no, Nikki. The difference is for me. Do whatever it is you want to do, but I think you have hit an all-time low in hoeing when you want to go with somebody that is the son to your ex who you have children with.
100%. I'm not saying in any way that I
enemy.
agree with
Right.
what she's doing.
So
I would
yeah,
never do
there's
that.
There's
I would
levels
never
to
do that.
hoeing. There's levels to hoeing, and
But
sometimes
all I'm saying
you
is
go
the
better.
male population gets to get away with being a hoe their whole life. It's like we perpetuate. We're like, oh yeah,
Y'all
he's a hoe,
got diva out of
he's
character.
selling his
No,
It's
his
plain as
royal
shaking.
oats.
no.
It's like
So, but
knock it off.
Nikki,
Stop.
here's the point. Here's the point, right?
Okay.
I think even when you have girlfriends, if you can't find no other man in this world but to date one of your girlfriend exes, I got a problem with you, and we got to cut you out of the girl
Right.
group. And I don't care what happened between me and the ex, you don't go there.
I 100% agree with that.
Hold on. Bros
Okay.
have bro code. Talk to me, Chef Cap. If you have your bros here, the guys, and one of your guys want to talk to your ex-girls, to me, you got to cut them loose. Because you
Yeah, that's
was
bro
looking
code.
and checking and waiting the whole time. Come on, Chef Cap. What are your thoughts?
That's but
Right, but don't they
it's
have a
but
million songs about hoes and
Hold
different
on,
area
one
codes
second. Hold on.
and
hold
glorifying
Hold on
on.
being
one
a hoe
second.
as a
Hold on
man?
one
But
second.
but
Go
this
ahead.
is
You know
what
what
you're
I'm saying?
missing. This is what you're missing.
Okay, tell me
It's a
what I'm
certain
missing.
thing. What you're missing is this.
Okay.
It's not like she's dating any young man.
Mm-hmm.
Come on now,
She's
Chef Cap.
dating a young man that she was around as a kid.
Come on,
Right.
Chef Cap.
That right there is nastiness. That's like me dating a 23-year-old, but when she was born, I changed the diapers.
Come on
Correct.
now, Chef Cap. Talk to me.
That's too weird for me. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So it's like, you look at a situation like a Marcus Houston. he married to a young lady. But
Mhm.
if he was there when she was a kid, now you're on a whole nother level. And then to find out you used to, if you used to play basketball, you know what I'm saying? That it's certain things is wrong, and then there's wrong, extra wrong.
Okay.
There's certain things you just don't do. So when you talk about being a hoe, yeah, I know guys out there who will be a hoe all day, but you're not going to sleep with your best friend's daughter.
Nobody.
Come on now,
I
Chef
want to
F.
be
You're
very,
just not going to
very
sleep with
clear.
even your
I'm not.
enemy's daughter. You're just
Listen,
not going to do
Mr.
that.
Chef, Mr. Chef, I'm not missing that. That whole situation about how this is highly inappropriate, it's terrible, and I would never do that. I'm not. It's not lost on me. It is disgusting. It's everything you just said. I agree wholeheartedly. All I'm saying is this: men get glorified for going out
Not
there.
for
It's
that.
like being hoes. It's
Oh,
cool. They got all kind of songs.
But not for
It
that
ain't
one.
no fun if my homie can't have none. All of
No,
this,
but
and we
if
bumping
not
it
for
in our cars when we 18, 19 years old, like it's cool. And all I'm saying is she's treacherous, but so is half the NFL and the NBA and all the other ones. That's all I'm saying. Let's just call it what it is. It's all
It's
it would be
different.
it
it's
would
all
be the
bad.
same thing if Snoop was sleeping with Suge Knight's daughter. He would get dragged. He would get
Absolutely.
dragged.
Okay, if you say so. Maybe by
He would get
Suge, but not the rest of the world. I don't agree.
no. Trust me. He'd be like,
Okay.
yo, you trifling. You
They didn't drag
I
Tupac.
Wasn't
think
it?
it's all
Wasn't
They
bad.
didn't
That's
drag
what I'm
Tupac
saying.
with
Okay, so
sleeping with
hold
All of
on.
it's
Let me
bad.
reel it back in.
Sorry.
Stop the train. Hold on 1 second. Thank you, Chef Cat, for your words. Wayne, thank you for your super chat. Just a little something to help out the channel, Diva, and I appreciate you. So we're going to move on from this stop because you know it's a lot going on in this stop. But before I move on from this stop, like I said, there's levels to hoeing. And when you go gutter low, we ain't got no love for you. Listen, if you want to be out in the streets,
period.
What's level one?
Hold on 1 second now.
What's
If
level
you
two?
want to be out in these streets doing what you do what you do.
What
But
level
when
is
you
Larsa
hold
on? The final level?
hold on. The conductor is speaking. Do what you do. But when you go too low, we ain't got nothing for you. And Larsa, this is gutter low. Point blank in the period. It was enough that your son had to deal with somebody on the team that you slept with.
That's true.
And now you want to come around and you want to go with their dads, the father to your children's arch enemy son. Well, how low can you go, girl? You all the way in the gutter, 6 feet under, and we ain't even gonna throw a rope or a ladder down to get you.
Nope.
Wow.
You need Jesus now.
They all
Amen,
need
Diva.
Jesus.
Amen.
Stop.
You need Jesus because
They
who
all
does
do.
that?
They all
And
do.
I don't care. Let me tell you something. First of all, I would never be attracted to somebody that young. But let me tell you this though too. I don't care how much I felt in my bones when I saw you. I would be going to the prayer visual every Sunday, and I would go to Bible study on Wednesday and ask Jesus to get the thought out of my head. I ain't dating nobody's son. That's my ex's. You know, no, we ain't doing that. So let's move on. Now, let me tell you at the next stop here. The next stop is, you know, we got. I promise y'all, these things find me. I don't find them. The airlines need to do something. I don't know if something's going on in the airport.
I'm scared.
I don't know if something they giving in the pretzels that they give out once you sitting on the plane. Come on now, Lizzie. Don't try to save her. She don't want to be saved. Come on now.
Speak the truth.
I cannot.
Come on now. Don't try to save her. She don't want to be saved.
What is that again?
That's a point blank in the period. I appreciate you. Come on now. Appreciate that. Come on. The doors of the church are open. You better pray for me.
Get this hoe out the house. Get the hoe out the house. Get her out the house.
Let the church say amen. Oh my God.
I'm not with y'all today. Not
oh my God. Wait, before we move on, what's a good gospel song?
I'm coming up on the rough side of the mountain. Of the mountain. I can't take it.
Look.
Oh God! But
Oh,
listen, the doors of the church are open. Better have the pastor lay hands on you.
He came to lay hands on her. She might try
well,
to
Get baptized again, okay? Get baptized again. All
Diva,
right.
she might try to sleep with Pastor too, so no, we can't let her in the church neither.
Yeah, well, listen, somebody
Oh,
got
damn.
help, okay? But the doors of the church are open. We about to move over to the plane, okay? So listen, like I said, I don't try to find these things. They find me. Now there's another situation on the plane. There's another situation on the plane.
You love the plane stories, boy.
Listen, so this time it was a fight over the window seat. It's a fight over the window seat. It just don't make no sense what's going on in these planes. Now I don't know if it's the pretzels. I don't know if it's the flight attendants. I don't know if people mad because they had to pay for their luggage to get on that plane. I don't know what it is, but the people getting on the plane and they acting a fool. Now let me share this screen real quick. Let me share this screen real quick here. Let's see. Okay. What's going on over here? Let me see. Thank you to New York Post. It says wild video captures American Brit exchanging blows on Ryanair flight over a window seat. Now I'm gonna play a little bit of the video in a minute, but two passengers was captured in a shocking video swinging at each other on a Ryanair flight after one allegedly refused to let the other get his window seat. It's like, I want my seat. The fisticuffs erupted on July 3rd flight, okay, from London. The shorter guy on the left is American and had the window seat. The taller man on the right with a cap on is British and had the aisle seat. The passenger said pretty much, he was like, give me my seat. And he was like, nah, I'm staying here. And it went down, people. It went down. Look at blows over a seat.
Oh my
and
God.
everybody tried to help out. Now I'm going to play a little bit of this. Let me see.
Was this on Spirit Airlines?
Let me see. Hold on, guys. I'm going to play a little bit of it. Hold on. Let's see how much we could play. I got like 30 seconds, a little bit under. Hold on.
Make the screen large.
I don't want to see it. Like.
Okay.
child.
Let me stop sharing over a window seat, people. This don't make no sense. This don't make no sense over a window seat. Now I like my window seat too. Okay, because I likes to be in my own little space on the plane. I always get a window seat. And then my son be in the seat next to me. So, we can, share our space or whatever. But I don't know if I'm going to be boxing somebody out over the seat. What's going on in the planes? Leo, what's going on?
Listen, I'm always here for the mess and drama as long as I ain't involved in it. But the people, it's something about the aeroplanes, honey. When the people get on there, they just lose their complete mind. Maybe it's just the excitement about getting up in the air and leaving that atmosphere and going to another atmosphere. The people just lose it. I be loving it. But it ain't that deep. If it's really that serious, you should have bought you a first class ticket where it's just, 2 seats. That way you can be guaranteed to get your little window seat. I just think the people, we really got some mental issues around here. The pandemic really screwed some people up. The people just got lost in the head and, they just so entitled and they think that they own the plane and own everything. If it's that deep, like I said, either buy you a first class ticket or you need to do like some of these other rich folks do. Go on down to the aeroplane station and buy you some points. Buy you some hours. That way you can fly personally. You ain't got to fly with everybody else. You can do your little private jet, do your little private plane, and then you can have whatever seat you want. But until then, abide by the seat that you bought and keep it pushing.
Now, see, all you got to do for the future people is somebody in your seat. You go talk to the flight attendant. Because that's what I do. You know, I'm like, you know, excuse me, that's my seat right there. And you know, they don't want to get up because some people try to play stupid, like they can't read that their ticket says seat 22B. You better get up out of my seat, okay?
That's exactly what you need to
Especially
say.
when
You
I
need to
was
get up.
coming, you got to get up out of my seat. And you know what? I'm not even going to address you. I'm going to go talk to the flight attendant. Tell the flight attendant, especially when I was on JetBlue and coming home from vacation. Okay, and I pay extra for the extra feet room, and this girl want to act like, you know, that's her area. I ain't addressed her. I went to the flight attendant. I walked over to the flight attendant, real cute and everything. Said, "That's my seat back there," and the flight attendant came and handled it. It's her seat. Get up. You know what your ticket say. Best IBK said, "Take my seat, and I'm kicking your behind."
Look, Diva, you can't be going to snitch on the people. You got to handle it yourself, girl. We big and bad. What's up? What's up? Do something about it.
I'm snitching because I be coming to the airline cute. I ain't messing up my outfit.
You got to drag that hoe right down the aisleway.
Nikki, what are your thoughts? What's going on here on these planes?
I agree with Royer because a first class now is really good, especially if like you're going internationally. It's like a whole wall up. Like I don't even have to see you. I can push my little thing and lift it up. It got a little compartment here for me to put my headphones and my laptop. I ain't got time. I ain't got time. I just really don't. But if you're not gonna fly first class, I think it's good to get like the the exit row seats. Because it's like that little area there, and all you got to do is tell them that you'll be willing to help in case the plane starts to disrupt or whatever.
JetBlue charges for that area now.
Well, they all charge.
No, they didn't used to charge.
Oh, well, I fly Delta mostly, but I'm just saying, like, usually it'll send me a little thing. I done bought my ticket already, and it's like, "Hi, Miss Gladys, would you like to upgrade?" Sometimes I say yes, and sometimes I say no, but I agree. I'm not fighting nobody because we're in the air. We about to be on this airplane, and you can't, like, move. Ain't nobody else gonna be like, "Okay, I'll switch with the crazy person." So, like, it's just like, let's just... Here, you can have this seat. I don't think it's that serious, but I would be like Diva. Well, let me not say that. It wouldn't be me. It would be my husband. He would be like, he would go talk to them because he'll fight for his wife. Like we'll all be in jail together.
No, window seats are prime realty on the flight. It's prime realty because when you you lift up the little thing to see, oh, we're in the clouds now, nice, and then you put the shade back down.
You know what else bothers me? You know what else bothers me? When I have a window seat and the other person who don't trying to tell me what to do with the window. No. You don't tell me what to do.
Look,
if I want to have the window up, it will remain up. If I want to have it down, it will remain down. If I want to have it medium way, halfway, it's gonna be that way. Okay.
See, you starting to... No, the reason I don't like the window seat because if you notice, if you're ever on the window seat, there's this little curved part. It doesn't go straight like this. So I always feel like my leg has to curve to the left or to the right. I don't like that. So in the middle or the aisle seat is really the best in my opinion because you can go to the restroom. You don't have to like climb over people. But the worst is when someone sits next to you and they stink and it's just like, oh.
Yeah, no, I usually travel with people and my kid be right next to me. And you know, we do what we do. And Miss Max said I disagree that it wasn't that deep. I like my window seat, Miss Max. So do I. And I purchase a window seat, then I will either sit in my window seat. Come on now, talk to the people, or they will give me a first class ticket. Boom.
This has to be.
I'm with you. I want my window seat. I want my window seat because that's what I selected. Okay.
We knucking and bucking and ready to fight if I don't. Period.
E, what are your thoughts?
Well,
Wait, hold on, E. I'm coming to. But Wayne said the plane ain't leaving.
That part.
I know that's right.
Nowhere.
I cannot.
This plane ain't leaving.
Their destination today.
This plane will not go down this runway unless I get my assigned seat. Word.
I pay for this seat.
Come on now, Denzel. E, what are your thoughts?
Oh Lord.
well, like Nikki, I only fly Delta, and I typically always get to pick my seat because I'm either in Comfort Plus or First Class. So it is included, but I don't think it's you get to pick your seat. I think it's an extra cost if you're not in Comfort Plus or First Class. But I will tell you, anytime I've gotten on a plane I'm usually the first one on because I get on when the veterans get on because I need extra time to get to my seat and sanitize the station. So there's typically no one in my seat. However, I think on my first flight I was a little late and someone was in my seat and I didn't have to say anything. I looked at my phone and then I looked at them and then I looked at my phone again and they said, "Oh, I'm sorry, am I in your seat?" I think so. And they moved. So I am a big believer, especially in public, in nonverbal communication. And I believe that you can to
Learn
get
us now. Come
you
on
can
now.
give people know when
Yes,
they're in the
E.
wrong seat.
Yes, E.
Come on now.
You lower your mask, you look at your phone, and then you look at them and you get really perplexed, like, wait a minute.
That's it.
And you look at them again. I think people get the hint. And
Yes.
I've never had any problems.
Oh, Jesus.
So y'all hear that? It's somebody
Yes.
it's somebody you see. You try to do the nonverbal communication first.
That's what I do. That's what I do.
You look perplexed, like, am I messed up here? Or is it you? Okay. But do all face you. Come on, what is it, Roy? What you doing?
Windmiller.
You're killing me. In my opinion, what's up, girl? What do you think about this situation?
I think the man that was in the wrong seat should be on the no-fly list. Okay, like we got to throw these people off that don't know how to act when they get on these planes. I'm sorry, we was trying to throw mamas off the plane, so let's throw these non people that don't know how to act on the plane off the plane. Put them on the no-fly list.
Okay. Now we got them on the no-fly list, and now we got to be learning stuff here. Sebastian, what are your thoughts?
It's crazy how was a Brit and an American fighting on a plane. It's as if we did not learn from the Revolutionary War. This is crazy. This is outrageous, y'all. As I always said, the no-fly list needs to be updated by these cuckoos because it needs to be updated, and these cuckoos need to be on it because I Sebastian has to fly, not in a couple of weeks, and I'm not playing with this mess. I'm not playing with this mess. Every single week, Diva has some airplane issue that comes on. I do not want to be one of the people sitting in that plane watching two grown adults don't know how to act on a plane. I don't want to do this. No. Because if it like the person who was in the middle trying to separate, oh no, I would have not been separating. If I had mace in my pocket, I would have maced both of them and sit them both down. I'm sorry.
You're going to be on the no-fly list, but go ahead.
Well, when you're messing in my personal space, I'll do anything.
Ciao. Chef Cab, what are we doing about the plane issues?
Did y'all see Kings of Comedy?
Yep.
Yeah.
I live by the wish factor. I wish somebody would be in my seat. I wish a mother would be in my seat. I ain't getting the flight attendant, I ain't getting the usher or the pilot. But when I get done with you, you gonna get up out your seat.
Jesus
Come up out there, player. Come on out there. I paid too much money. And they'd been sitting there and it'd been quick, nobody would have saw nothing. He'd been asleep. It's like, how you moving the sleep, man? Kind of knocked him out one punch. Hey, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. I'm not look. It's a difference that if I was flying with the job, then I would go get the flight attendant. This is what my job. But if I'm paying for this, I wish somebody would be in my seat because I do the little onboard ahead of time and I pick my aisle seat. The window seat, I don't understand what the fuss is. You can't see nothing anyway. You're in the clouds. Who wouldn't look at clouds?
Yes, you can. It's not always cloudy.
Yeah, you can't see when you landed. Maybe you can see something.
You want to know the beauty, Chef Cab, of the window?
What's the beauty?
You can you have your pillow around your neck and everything, and you can lean this way. You understand what I'm saying? And if you know the person in the middle, you can lean that way. You got a whole lot of liberty in that middle seat, right? And you don't never have to get up.
You mean in the window seat?
Get up for you. Now nobody ain't got to say, excuse me, I got to go to the bathroom because I'm over here. on the window, minding my business. The only time when I get up, the people got to move, but I ain't got to move for nobody. I love
but
window seat.
but remember, you short. I'm 6'4". I like the aisle seat. My legs got to stretch out. So that window seat and middle seat not gonna happen. That's why I always board early and I always pick my seat early. I pick either by the exit door, or I pick, if I'm on Southwest, I pick the front, or I pick an aisle seat because these legs got to stretch out or upgrade to first class. But no, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. Now if you in my aisle seat and that's my seat, you got to get up, player. And I wish you would be in my seat.
So we got
That's
3
it.
violent people on the panel. Okay, go ahead.
That part.
And no violence. Violence, no.
Because you notice all I did was call for the flight attendant, okay? We got other people that
Y'all punking out. Stop punking out.
Come on now. That's in the panel. It's this full house up here. It's full house. Robbie, what are your thoughts?
You know, the collective lack of decorum and race to the bottom is really problematic. I don't know exactly when it happened, but it seems like everybody just threw every rule out the window. They do not care about their neighbors. They don't care about a stranger. They are we have become so self-centered and so find ourselves so self-important that people just don't seem to be able to offer any kind of thought for how the other people feel. I want somebody to shake the world up so folks can get back in their right minds.
All right. Thank you,
Started
Robbie.
with Trump, but go ahead.
Right. Get fit inside out. I had someone reach across me and pull the shutter down. I pulled it back up and gave him a try me look. They was messy. They was messy for sure. Denzel, what are we doing? The plane situation. What's up? What's your thoughts?
Now I want to ask you this, Diva, because I want to make sure when you get the plane ticket, it will let you know what seat you sitting at, correct?
When you get sometime, it all depends. So when I went JetBlue recently, when I had to check in, it had already assigned me seats. But then I upgraded to more leg room, and then I picked my seats. And when I picked my seat next to the window, going down and coming back home. So it depends on what flight it is, who you going with, and all of that. But you is pick your seat ahead of time. And sometimes it depends, if possible, and the plane is not that packed or whatever, you can pick your seat when you're there. But you know what I hate too? I hate when these families don't know how to check in and then get their life together and say, can you switch so I could be sitting next to my husband? Not today, ma'am. Not today.
Really?
But you know what? And this is, and you know what? I don't get why people, want to act up on the public transportation, let alone a plane. People trying to go. People trying to get where they trying to go. Okay, and then if you know that's not your seat, if you know that's not your seat where you supposed to seat, like that's that person's seat. If that happened to me, excuse me, if that happened to me, the plane ain't moving. If you're not gonna move from my seat, this plane ain't gonna move. Or I'm gonna get the flight attendant. Some people are crazy, and some people are just rude. Like, get up, let the person sit where they supposed to sit where you supposed to sit, and let this plane depart, because people got to go where they trying to go. Like, really? Like, grow up.
That part. And see, people need to learn how to check in. Because legit, one time I was coming somewhere and she was like, oh, can you mind moving? Because I want to sit next to my husband. Not for my window seat, sweetie. Not for my window seat. I don't know what your husband going to do, but no, I will not move.
Exactly.
And the flight attendant made an announcement. Would anybody be willing to move their seat so this family could be together?
Heartless.
No, I'm not. No.
What if it was a child?
But sometimes you got to learn the lesson.
But what if it was a 4-year-old?
No, but I'm sitting next to my kid. And you think because my kid is a little older than yours, my kid should move, and then he can't be next to me?
No, but if I'm saying if it's just
some
you,
gum or whatever the case may be. No, I was with my kid, but my kid was slightly older than hers, and they wanted me. No, we're not doing that. Y'all should have checked in.
but if it's just you though, I get it if you have your family.
Huh?
I get it if you have your family. I understand that, but like,
but you know what, Nikki, I'm gonna be
if
honest
it's
with
just
you.
would you be willing to?
For my
No,
window
not
seat,
moving.
for my
No,
window
not.
seat, no.
Because I've traveled a lot with kids, my nieces, and like god kids and stuff like that. And usually I try to, you try to get the seats before, but sometimes it doesn't work out that way. But nobody's ever not. It's almost like they're like, oh, no problem. Like we didn't have to say anything, They're just kind of like, come on, it's fine. That's why I was wondering. I'm like, damn, you don't care about the kids? But
No,
okay.
man.
Hey, Diva, I want to say this real quick. Good thing. I'm gonna just say this. Good thing that the plane wasn't moving.
That part. Good thing the plane wasn't moving. Okay, I'm not moving. Red and bad. Come on now, Leo. What are your thoughts?
I've had this happen like twice, right? And it was one female and it was one male. And earlier on, it was like American Airlines, and then recently it was like Delta. And it's always the complexion for the protection. So when I say that I incorporate what E say, that's what I'm gonna do. The first time it was a young lady, and I was like, "This is my seat," and she was like, "No, it's not, because I'm here first."
Ooh.
And I was like, okay. I was like, okay. So I went and got the airline stewardess, and they got all straightened out. She had to move from my window seat that I had paid for, that I had checked in for, and I got it. The second time it was a male, and then I already knew I had to boss up when I went there. So I put my whole gangster face on. And I was like, excuse me. This is my seat. And I looked him in his eye and I said, you might want to check your seat number. And he went and checked it. And he was like, oh, I'm sorry. I was like, okay.
That part.
That's it. I put the mean mug on him. I put the whole gas face. And he already knew that it was getting ready to be complicated.
That part. And so when we was coming home from a vacation, the guy said to my son, well, no, bro, you address me, because I don't pay for this kid ticket. He gonna say to my son, can I put my bag under your seat because your bag is small? And him and his wife had all these bags, right? So he wanted to put my son, he's so sweet. He was like, yeah, sure, no problem. I just looked at the man, but I let them live.
I think it's a New York thing. I can't with y'all.
You check your bags.
No, listen.
Check your bags at the gate with everybody else.
That part.
That part. But you know what? Sometimes when you have a heart, Diva, and you move, they'll put you in first class, or they'll put you, like I've had situations where I was like, oh, no problem. And then the stewardess or the flight attendants or whatever, they put me in a better seat with rows with nobody on it and stuff like that.
Why do I have to move when I'm following directions?
We'll make you a little bit
I hear you,
further,
Nikki. But listen, Nikki, JetBlue don't have first class.
Oh, sorry.
No, and I want my window seat.
Clearly. Okay, I'm leaving this window.
Okay, in JetBlue, you got the TV right there in front of you. You got all the luxuries. You understand?
Hold on. They don't have your own little TV in your seat with you?
Yes, you do.
No, I'm saying I thought all planes have like your own TV.
Just JetBlue had my little TV in front of me with the Netflix and all of that.
Oh,
now I'm chilling. Okay, I'm chilling with the JetBlue. Okay, whatever they show. I saw some movies. I saw Till while I was on JetBlue. I saw a part of Otto when I was on JetBlue. I was chilling on JetBlue with my window seat. And no, I cannot switch. And no, you can't use my space. And no, I had my blanket, my own blanket, my pillow around my neck, and I was chilling.
I got a question real quick.
Come and give me my water and my pretzels. Yes.
Why are you watching Till? The saddest
exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking. I swear to God, that's what I was thinking.
And I was boo-hooing. Hey, B.I.P.
I was like, sis is gonna be mad at every white person on the plane. Like, why are you doing it to yourself?
I was boo-hooing. Okay, so listen. Yeah, I Miss Wilson, I gotta finish the end, but I saw because I watched it at the till now. I didn't get to finish it, but I'm gonna finish it. Okay, yes. Yes, Diva, we are nice when you are nice, Diva. Yes, come on now. So listen, let's go. We're gonna end this thing with our last story. Now, Laura Stories, Beehive, calm down, because I will spray you down. Okay, we're going. Don't be buzzing over here, Beehive. But I'm sad to announce that Tina Knowles, Beyonce mom, might be going through divorce number 2 because her husband might be walking down divorce lane. Okay, so prayers up to Tina Knowles, right? But in the meantime, Matthew Knowles, he was for the streets. Matthew was for the streets. And so Matthew, he had a child by some other woman. Okay, her name is Alessandra. And now she's out here crying. Okay, the side chick blues, she's crying, talking about her son Nixon wants to know why Beyonce doesn't love him. And I'm like, girl, are you serious right now? Are you serious? Your son wants to know why Beyonce doesn't love him, but your son doesn't care to know why his daddy Matthew doesn't love him. Matthew pays his child support, but he doesn't have anything to do with Nixon. And now Nixon's mother out here being a fool, talking about Beyonce. Beyonce didn't make that kid. Okay, let's share this screen really quickly, because this girl, she getting on my nerves. The side chicks, they're supposed to be not seen and not heard. I'm not sure why this woman, what's her problem? Thank you, Post. Okay, they getting the stories out there to post. Let me make sure. Oh shoot, I don't want to play that. Hold on one second, guys. Okay, so my son is Beyonce's half brother and wonders why she doesn't love him. First of all, you don't mention Solange. You clout chasing. And she said the boy just wants Bay's love. Okay, he wants Beyonce to love him. While his big sister's buzzing around the globe on her Renaissance World Tour, Beyonce's 13-year-old half-brother, who spent his formative years living in a trailer with his mom, okay, Alexandra Wright, questions why the "Why Don't You Love Me" singer won't show him any affection, claims the teen's mother. Why doesn't that person love me? Right, 52, who lives in California, told the son of her son Nixon, who shares with Beyonce's father and ex-manager Matthew Knowles, who's 71. You know what? Shame on his mother. Nixon has never had the luxury of being a normal child because of you. Because of you, Mom. Right, an LA-based businesswoman continued. Being related to someone famous smothers kids like him, and they lose their identity. I sit in my bathroom and cry sometimes because I don't know how to help him be his own person. Well, let me tell you how to help him be his own person. First of all, don't give him the last name Knowles. His last name should be Wright, like yours. It should be Nixon Wright. You tell no one who his dad is. You messed up, Mom. So, Mom, do better. Side chicks, take notes. Okay? So now she's going to talk about she crying in her bathroom. Representatives for Beyonce 41 did not immediately respond to the post request for comment. Right? A former public relations representative for Microsoft met Knowles in Seattle, Washington, while brokering a business deal for Beyonce in 2007. He said, I'm going to stay in Seattle until you agree to have a drink with me. Why would you agree to have a drink with a married man? Recalled, right? And he stayed for 2 or 3 weeks until finally I said fine. Soon after becoming acquainted, the pair embarked on an affair amid Knowles' 31-year marriage to Beyonce mother Tina. So you knew you was the side chick. Throughout their nearly 2-year relationship, Wright says she didn't feel guilty for sleeping with a married man. Well, see, so now your sins of you are falling on your son. She said, I was not conflicted about this situation because his marriage was not a functioning marriage, she insisted. How do you know? See, that's what I'm saying. There's levels of hoeing. I'm saying this respectfully. There's levels of hoeing, and she's another one. She went gutter low. Okay? She said, I don't think he told his family about me. You, girl, why would he? You the side chick. Said, right? Admitted she mistook Knowles' persistent advances for true love. It was a complex situation, and the family structure had been fractured for a long time. Wright became pregnant with Nixon in May 2009. He was born February 2010. And then he made you take a DNA test. That's how it tells you how he really felt about you. He made you take a DNA test. And now he gives you child support, but he will not even acknowledge the son. And then he blamed you for breaking up his marriage. I'm sick of her. I ain't even going through more of that story. Y'all can read it if y'all want to. Sick of her. Denzel, what are your thoughts on this Alexander crying that her half brother, her son, and Beyonce, and all? What are your thoughts?
Who diva? She got a lot of nerve.
Don't she though?
You know that this situation right here pissed me off because first of all, she know that her son didn't say that. She's using her son in this mess. What kind of mother is she? Like, really?
Come on.
And not only that, excuse my language, diva, but she's a hoe.
She is.
She's a hoe. Beyonce ain't thinking about her. Beyonce don't owe her nothing. And then she wanna cry and say, "Oh, well, Beyonce is not in his life." Don't do that. Don't do that. She trying to act like a victim. She ain't no victim. She's a home wrecker.
Come on.
And you know what? She's getting what she deserves. You never win when you play dirty.
Woo.
She needs to close her legs to married men. She broke up a marriage, not just her, but Matthew. Matthew and her, they both did it. They both wrong. And I don't feel sorry for the side chick. That right there, that's messed up. And for her to use her son for this, she should be ashamed of herself. And I feel sorry for Tina.
Nixon. I feel sorry for Nixon. I feel sorry for her son because you know what? He doesn't deserve this. And then the mother, like you said, she's dragging it out even more.
Right.
I got child support from Matthew. I would have put my son's last name would have been mine. And then you know what? We would have moved away to a little small town where nobody don't know nothing. And I would have been like, you know what? When they ask you about your daddy, just say you don't know. Your mama didn't tell you.
Hey, Dave, I was about to say the reason why I said I feel bad for Tina is because when her marriage ended, I feel sorry for her about that. And when she got, her stuff was stolen. I feel sorry for her. Yeah, she might need to check her husband. She need to find out what happened. But the side, I feel sorry for the son. That woman, she needs to go find a job, and that's her problem, not Beyonce. Like, girl, bye.
Girl, bye. You know what, Denzel? We need to find out what was Tina's husband's name. We need to find out where he was the night of the robbery.
Oh, that's a good question.
That part.
Richard Lawson.
What's his name?
Richard Lawson.
Where was Richard?
Oh.
Where was Richard? The cops better check. Because son ain't right. Son ain't right. Who just randomly goes in the house and they know where the safe is at? Then they leave with the whole safe. But we're going to
part.
Leo, what are your thoughts?
Unpopular opinion. It's her fault. But also, too, I hate how the women get drugged and the men don't get drugged properly. He is the one that said them vows. He is the one that's in that marriage. But the problem is, you know how they say it's mama's baby, daddy maybe.
That part.
When she did this and she got caught up in it because she was caught up in a lifestyle and thought having a baby from him was going to be leverage for her to continue that lifestyle. And it did not work out that way. I feel like the Post paid her for this article because it does not make logical sense. What the F is you talking about? My baby right here crying about Beyonce don't love me. Girl, stop it. Girl, just stop it. Simply, please, just stop it. If you're going to be a part a married man's love affair or affairs that he has, you got to take it on the chin. You the one ended up having the baby, because I'm quite sure a conversation was had about other options, and you decided not to have those options. You knew that man was married. You knew that when you got pregnant. So now to be talking about Beyonce, I can't even believe that you will let this stuff be posted on these people's page about you talking about my son want to know why Beyonce don't love him. Girl, stop it. I feel like they paid for it. I feel like they paid for the information. It was put out there. And she is not the type of mother that is thinking about long term about her child, her son.
Yep.
Her son is going to be affected by this mentally for years.
Yeah.
I know quite a few outside children that were made within marriages, and people are still together. They got the mama name, last name. They know who their father is, but they not mingling like that. It's just not a thing, girl. It's just not a thing. People just don't do that. I don't really
you gotta
understand.
make a wrong right, Leo, right? You gotta make a wrong right. Okay, so you messed up. You got with a married man and you got pregnant and you had this baby. Make a wrong right. Give that child your last name. Not, and if it was a non-famous father, then go ahead, give the child the father's last name, right? But this is a famous family. And you knew from the moment you got pregnant that this man didn't want you, because the worst thing a man could ever do when they know that you and them was messing around is to punk you, because that's them indirectly calling you a hoe when they say, "Nah, I want a paternity test."
Yes.
That's indirectly them calling you a hoe. I don't know where you was and what you was doing. That's them calling you a hoe. So that's how they trump you and say, "Give me a paternity test." And then when he found out, you was that, like Maury Povich says, you are the father. Then he just said, "You know what? You could take this money and shut up. I'm still not going to be in your life or the kid life." Now let's be clear. It's 100% wrong, but it's exactly what you said, Leo. Mommy's baby, daddy maybe. The court can force him to pay, but the court can't force him to be in the child's life. But go ahead.
And I feel like it was a scheme that Ty came up with from the beginning when she was losing leverage. You with a married man. I don't care what it is that he said to you about their marriage that you don't know nothing about, because you ain't a part of two people's marriage. You don't know nothing about their marriage.
Come on
so
now.
Stop that. You tried it. Tried it, and it's not working.
That part. Now, Miss Mona, you know what? I just realized that he was from Welcome Back, Carter.
No, he's not.
Oh, he's not?
The only black person on Welcome Back, Carter, it was Carter, not Carter, and that was Lawrence Hilton Jacobs.
Oh, okay.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay, I was like, wow, okay. Okay, I thought that was him. All right, thank you. But Robin, you're up.
I feel bad for the kid. I think that the mother and the father are both deplorable. The father for making a child with somebody that he could, according to her, that he went after until she gave in. She was nasty, horrible to get with a married man that much older than her too, by the way, but that's a whole nother story. And this whole thing about, you know what, don't talk about anybody in that man's family until you address that man and that man's relationship with your child, with that man.
That part.
Because you know what? That man's family is not obliged to have anything to do with you or your child. That man's family is not obliged to visit you at the trailer park or to invite you to their home that you claim is 10 miles from you, which is the most expensive property in the state of California. That man is whose name should be coming out of your mouth, not his most wealthy child with his first family, not his second child that is not mentioned, and not the mother, just because, you know, what the hell. She should be ashamed of herself, and she is damaging her child, and she deserves a spot in the pit of hell.
Yeah, she does. Hall of shame. definitely. We got to throw some people in the Hall of Shame today. Larsa and her are right there, running neck and neck for the top bill tonight for a Hall of
And
Shame.
maybe she can
And
get
Mark
with Mark.
Daly. That's what I should have named this Hall of Shame. Mark Daly, Larsa, and this chick, and the people fighting on the plane. Hall of Shame. Chef Kev, what are your thoughts? Chef Kev, are you there?
Sorry. Yeah, I'm here. Sorry. I had mute. So when and women listen, nothing good's come out of having a baby with a man in wedlock. It's just nothing good comes out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She knew what she was doing. She knew she wanted to get pregnant. She thought what was going to happen didn't happen. You decide shit, that's what you are. You know, and so she didn't play her lane. And like my man said, Denzel said, how do we know the kid said this? Or this, you know, is he even thinking about it? How do we even know Beyonce is his sister? Unless she told him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So if the father's not in the life, the father didn't tell him, why is she telling him? Well, why is Beyonce my sister? Because mama was a hoe? Like, how do you explain that?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then how do you also take the narrative to say, well, it wasn't much of a marriage? You wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the thing, and I learned this from my mom. Just like your blessings can carry over, you know, karma carries over. And that's what it is. So your blessings can carry over to your kids. Your karma can carry over to your kids.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is one of those situations, and it's just not. It's sad because here you are doing this article. Because to be honest with you, you know, they ain't the only family with the last name Knowles. So the kids in school don't know he's related. They're not thinking he related to Beyonce. But then your mama doing an article. Now he got to go to school. No one thinks about this. Your child got to go to school, okay, in September and face these kids. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And you know how, come on. What you going to say when somebody said, he said my mama's a hoe. Right. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
See,
so,
you know,
I mean,
let me just add this to the thing, Chef Kev. She said in the article like that they had penthouses together, they shared credit cards together, and what happened was Beyonce started to look into her finances. This is back before she, had Nixon and got pregnant. Beyonce started to look into her finances because they knew he was out in those streets doing something, Matthew. And so she got an accountant to look into her finances, and they saw that he was doing what Kelvin Hunter was doing, spending Beyonce money on the side chicks, okay? And so when Beyonce started to look into the finances and cut him off, that's when he cut her off. So you like you said, Chef Cash, she knew exactly what she was doing. She wanted to get pregnant because she was chilling and having a high life off of somebody else's dime, living in the houses. You had a credit card with him and everything. And she said as soon as he got the call that Beyonce was cutting him off, he shut down all the credit cards and everything. And that's when her life changed. And that's probably when she was already pregnant. But she said that when she got pregnant, matter of fact, she was already pregnant because she said they had invited all the friends down to the house and everything to celebrate her pregnancy. So my thing is, you celebrating your pregnancy with a man that's still married?
I don't even believe that, Diva. I don't believe that.
I do. Because let me tell you, Beyonce did find out that her dad was skimming the money. Just like if you go back and you know the Whitney Houston story, the dad was robbing Whitney Houston blind.
I believe that part. I don't believe that they gather all the friends together for some old doggone baby shower with some daggone married man. I don't believe that.
You know what? People are trying. I don't. Yeah. Well, you know what though? Leo. Sometimes friends will agree with mess. Sometimes,
David, girl, you done came up.
Yeah,
you got you a rich one, girl. You done came up. That's what I'm talking about. You a boss chick. You got you. That's just how.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. Some friends will allow a married man to come around to the friend group with their girlfriend.
That's true.
That
Yes.
is true.
All I
Trifling,
got to
I've
say
seen
is,
trifling.
that.
Let me
I've
tell
seen
you what
that.
I had. Come on, Chef Cap. Let me tell you, one time I had to tell the guy I was with at the time that I know his wife, that I know your friend's wife, and it's unfair to me that he coming around with this other chick. Because I had to say at the dinner, I said he's divorced, he's separated, and he said to me no, and I was like, well, this ain't even right to me because I'm in this chick face, but I know the wife. So you put the people in a bad position. You understand what I'm saying? But I have been around people that have done that. They indirectly bring you into their mess. And then now you're conflicted. Because the next time you see the wife, because the next barbecue, he there with his wife. But he
but the baby though, everybody knows that he is married and you are pregnant with his child. No one in their right mind feel like this is going to end well. He's not divorced. He's not separated.
But people
He Matthew Knowles.
Yeah, they don't care. They don't care, Leo. I'm telling you.
Well, I would have took her to the side and I'd have said all kind of good words to her. She was my friend. But anyway.
Right, but that's how we do, but everybody don't do that. So thank you for the super chat. No one should be called out of their name. She made bad choices, and so did he. She should not have done this article. Not good for her son, for her or her son. You know what? Let me say this. You are correct, but you know what everybody has their little thing that's a thorn in their side. These side chicks are a thorn in my side. And my thing is, yes, I do agree that the man is dead wrong too. But somebody got to stand up and do the right thing. And let me just say this to every female out there. If a man comes to you and he's not single, what do I mean by that? You better ask some question. Do you live with somebody? Yeah, but it's complicated. Okay, good. No, I'm good. I don't want your number. Okay. Oh, me and my wife, we're in the process of a divorce. Hit me up when the ink is dry on the divorce papers. Okay. I live with her, but we live separately. I'm good. I do not want to be the third wheel. Okay. I just want to talk to you because I need somebody to talk to. I'm not a counselor. So you won't be talking to me about your troubled relationship. I'm good. I'm better than that. So I'm just saying, right, that if you have a man that comes up to you, let's be part of the village. Let's help each other out. When we say the village is not just with the kids, it's respect other people's relationship. And I'm going to be honest with you. Why would you want a man that is going to disrespect his wife and you think that disrespect ain't going to boomerang back down to you? You a fool. You a fool if you think that. I'm looking at you sideways if you trying to come talk to me and you got a whole wife at home and I don't care what's going on between you and your wife. And you know what I told one of my girlfriends? Oh, because she was like, oh, but he said they're not getting along. I said, they still live together? Yeah. Okay. I said, let me tell you this. Let me guarantee you this. Okay. And I'm not psychic. I guarantee you this. If they still live together, I don't care what they're going through or not going through. One night or two nights out of that week, they still rolling on top of each other. Get out of here. I'm not doing that. I will not. Okay. So, Leo, did you finish before I go to Robin?
I am finished. I want to hear what Robin got to say in the other panel. Thank you.
Thank you. Robin, did I come to you?
You did come to me.
Okay.
Wait, it was Chef Kev.
Okay, Chef Kev, I
Then
came
me.
to you. Chef Kev, did you finish?
You did go to Chef
I
Kev
might
too.
have cut Chef Kev.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Thank
I
you.
went to me.
Okay, Sebastian, what are your thoughts?
Okay, I am ready to be dragged by everyone tonight, but
You
it's
live
okay.
to be dragged.
No, you don't.
Okay. The child is innocent in this case. The child has nothing to do with grown adults being crazy, engaging in sexual behaviors, knowing that they're married and everything. The child is innocent in this case. My thoughts are this: Beyonce does not owe this woman to have a relationship with this woman, but out of the kindness of her heart and having a heart,
Mhm.
Since we want to talk about having hearts, she can get to know this child. She can get to Nixon Knowles. Okay? And yes, she can. The child is innocent in this case. The child has nothing to do with with having a whole mama who wants to sleep in a married couple's bed. The child, it's not the child's fault. I don't know why we're trying to make it seem as it's the child's fault. And second, the child should definitely have the father's last name. This is not okay. This is not okay. The child needs to have the father's last name. The child does need to have the father's
See,
last
you
name.
playing Sebastian. Wait, hold on, Sebastian. Thank you for the super chat. No, we good. She said, I agree, Diva. Don't start something if you're not divorced, right? I just think they were both wrong. They definitely are both wrong. But see, because we're the ones that when we lay down with somebody, we're the ones that are going to be the that'll get
The one
pregnant.
who's responsible. You're the ones who get
The one
pregnant.
that's responsible. You got to be careful who you open your legs to. Listen, Nene was messy, but she said it best. Close your legs to marry men.
Agree. Agree. I
Close your
agree with
legs to
that.
marry men.
I
But
agree.
Sebastian,
And married men need to stop dipping it in things when they marry.
that part.
That part.
That part.
That part.
Stop trying to get it wet when you marry.
That come on, that part. We're gonna have grown folk talk right now, real quick. Let me say this, Sebastian, and I'm gonna hurry up because we running into overtime. I need to get to the rest of the people. Let me say this, and I'm gonna let you finish. The reason why I'm saying that kid didn't need to have the last name because the mother is messy. She's destroying her kid. That mother, because like you said, my last name is the same last name as models or this model, this famous model, and all of that, right? What I'm saying is that people say they jokingly say to me, "Oh, you related to that model?" I laugh. No, I'm not. Right? This mother on purpose is making sure everybody knows that he is related to Beyonce. Did she mention Solange in that article?
Well,
She
you
did
never
not.
know. How do we
No.
not know that Solange doesn't? How do we not know that Solange doesn't have a relationship with the brother?
Because
How
she
do we
would
not
have
know
said
that?
it. Because she would have said it.
No, she's
Exactly.
not entitled to
That,
say
that's a
everything.
messy mom. That's a messy mom. That mom would have said Solange speaks to him, but Beyonce don't. That's a messy mom.
Listen,
And
I
my
want to
thing
say
is,
this.
but let me hold on, Sebastian. Let me say this. The father, she said in that article, pays child support and doesn't even speak to the kid. If I was pleading for anything, I will be pleading for the father to be in my son's life, not his half sister. So if you really wanted something good to come out of this, you would have shamed Matthew and said, listen, Matthew pays child support, but he's not even his child's life. Because she knew the only way anybody was going to care about this article is to say he doesn't know why Beyonce doesn't care. He doesn't care about his father, Beyonce. You clout chasing, boo. You showed your slip. I read right through the article because nowhere in there did she say, I want him to have a relationship with his father because boys need their dad. She's talking about Beyonce.
Because the people that write the articles tell the whole truth, don't they? Every single time they write, they tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, right? They don't
Well,
leave
if
anything
you
out.
know what, Nikki?
Please stop. That's crazy.
Nikki, let me just say this. If they didn't tell the truth, I would have went to another place and said, let me help you make them correct. I mean, let me give you the correct information. And you know what? Let me tell you something even bigger. Nowadays, nobody needs to post the Sun, the Inquirer. You know why? Because they got Instagram, Twitter, okay? What's the other one? TikTok.
Which proves my point. If she ain't talked this whole entire time, why is she the worst person in the world? Because someone asked her a question.
I want to say
Stop.
this.
Go ahead, finish, Sebastian.
I'm gonna finish my thoughts on this
Go ahead.
situation.
Yes, please.
I find it wrong of people saying that she should not give the child the last name due to the fact that it's gonna traumatize the child and etc. etc. Number one, what traumatizes this child is being born from a married man. That's the first thing that traumatizes this child. It's not the last name that traumatizes the child. The child deserves to have this person's last name. And second, we never know. This child may have the same talent as his sister in the near future. Calm down. Calm down. He may. He may. Matthew Knowles did create an icon. As much as I I like her music, but I'm not obsessed. Matthew Knowles did create an icon, have her running for miles and singing while running, which makes her able to sing as long as she can.
I
This
love
is
Sebastian. I love
we need
Sebastian.
to have a heart. Okay, side piece babies are victims as well, just as are victims as well.
He
I
sitting there.
got my tiny violin out for
You
Sebastian.
you are
Sebastian,
a
calm
trip,
down.
Sebastian.
Side piece children are victims just as if the wife of the married husband. Side piece children are victims. They are victims. They did not ask to be born into this situation. They are innocent. And we must have compassion and a heart. Trust me, if I ever had, if my father ever stepped out on my mother and had another child with someone else, I would probably get to know the child because it wouldn't, they're innocent. It's not their fault. And I wouldn't want that child to feel a certain type of way growing up. I'm sorry. I wouldn't want that child to feel a certain type of way growing up because the child is innocent in that case. The child is innocent. The child is a victim as well. The child was done wrong. The child wasn't brought into a loving environment into this world. The child is, from the time the child was born, it's been chaotic. And I feel bad for the child. I don't feel bad for the two grown adults, but I feel bad for the child. And we need to have a heart and have mercy, especially now. A lot of side pieces may not even be able to get rid of their children anymore because, as you know, Roe v. Wade was overturned, and in 25 states, you can't get that removed. So we have to have a heart for children who are born from side piece relationships because they are innocent and they are victims of two manipulative adults. Period. And that closed my case.
Why do I feel like Sebastian was trying to pretend like he was about to preachify something, and on the side he probably tortured a kid to no end? Wait a minute.
What
Ooh,
did you
Okay,
say?
ooh,
hold on.
Robin.
We
Ha
overtime. We overtime, and I got to get around. His mom is victimizing him. Word, best side BK. Word.
I
Robin, did you
can't.
go already?
I did.
Okay, E, what are your thoughts? Because I cannot right now with Sebastian.
Oh,
Oh
thank you,
my
I'm
Michelle
sorry.
goodness.
Bolden.
My mute.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did y'all say me? Is it my
Yes,
turn?
yes, yes, it is.
Well, you guys, I agree with Sebastian. As it relates
Love
to
you, E.
Nixon, I feel where his mother is coming from. This generation grew up on computers. Nixon is 13 years old, but there are 3 and 4 year olds walking around right now with iPads and browsing the internet. For this reason, it is easy for me to believe that Nixon knows who Beyonce is. Beyonce is everywhere. Beyonce is so popular. People know who she is and wish they didn't know her. That's how popular she is because people think she is overrated. They can't stand her. Perhaps Nixon never mentions Solange is because Solange is not as popular. And from what we've seen of Solange as in recent years, all she does is fight all the time. Nixon probably wants to meet the alien superstar. And at this point, I can't believe someone has told him that Beyonce is his big sister. Of course they have. And he deserves to meet her. Why some folks find it hard to believe that a 13-year-old boy would say, why doesn't my big sister like me? Why doesn't she love me? Why doesn't she come to see me? That's very plausible. That's not unrealistic. It makes sense to me. It makes sense to me. If they are living in a trailer down the street from Beyonce's house, it makes sense to me. You all keep making this about the broken marriage because you all feel like, and I don't want to say it that way because I don't want to attack anybody. Some people keep saying they want to make it about this broken marriage. Oh, she broke up this home. And I think some people feel it is their responsibility to punish this woman for sleeping with a married man. That marriage was done. Forget about that marriage. Tina is 69 years old and Matthew is 71. These people are grandparents, for Pete's sake. And as many charities as these Knowles and Carters donate to, they pride themselves on being philanthropists and giving. How dare all of them think that it is okay to leave out the only Knowles son to fend for himself? They're hypocrites. They're hypocrites is what they are. You'll give to kids in Africa, but you won't give to your baby brother. Knock it off. Nix's mom didn't break up that marriage. That marriage was over before Tina and Matthew left the courthouse back in 1980. That's a cop out. And the entire Knowles family, they're carrying on like deadbeats. Every day, people in the chat and the panel are saying, what about the kids? So now we have a mother come out and say, well, my kid wants to know his father and big sister. And y'all attack the woman.
She didn't say that.
Yeah, in a roundabout way, she did. My kid wants to know who his sister is and spend time. In a roundabout way, that's what the bottom line is. And so we shouldn't be making up excuses as to why Matthew and Beyonce should have nothing to do with that baby over a marriage that ended more than 10 years ago. So I'll end with this because I know we're over the time, but some people had said earlier, we need to forgive Marlo, okay, and leave her past in the
Not
past.
me, girl.
But now we don't want to leave Nixon's mom and her past in the past because that has nothing to do with Nixon. He wasn't even here yet. And when we make this thing about, we need to keep our legs closed to married men, we forgive whores who sleep with married men every day. Y'all forgive Portia and go up for her. She needs to come back to the housewives. Let you all tell it. We forgive Phaedra. Wasn't she trying to get with Pastor Holy Whore? I mean, we forgive women who sleep with other people's husbands every day. But for some reason, when it comes to Love and Marriage Huntsville and when it comes to Beyonce, the rules are somehow different. In 2023, we are obsessed with mental health and ensuring kids are emotionally supported. So in this case with Nixon, we have an opportunity to intervene and prevent this Black boy from following down the wrong path, resulting in crime, because he can't be a statistic because he's living in an underprivileged neighborhood. Okay. His father and his big sister can be involved in his life. And it has nothing to do with Tina because Tina's not even involved in Matthew's life. And so if his father won't step in, then Beyonce, damn it, you do it because you're a feminist and you believe in standing up for what's right. That is your brand, right? So stick to it. You have resources and connections to ensure that this Black boy can be successful. And the fact that people can rationalize tossing him out on the street like yesterday's trash, simply because no one wants a side chick baby mama to benefit from one red cent. That is selfish. And as a member of you all's church, I implore you to have a heart. It is 100% wrong for Matthew not to be involved. He needs to be like Martell. Martell makes sure that Knox is involved. He makes sure that Knox knows his other siblings. Matthew should do the same. Matthew is getting older. He's suffering from other ailments, and he's estranged from his adult children. Guess what? God is giving you an opportunity to make it right. Call your son, and Beyonce, call your brother.
Amen.
I love that you just killed Miss D. The whole time they died.
Can I just ask?
Robin, wait, please, because I'm way over time. Nikki, did you get a chance to speak?
I did not. I won't be long because I know you gotta close out. But I will say it did feel, I don't know why, but it feels very one-sided to me. It's just like we would love, not just people here, but it's just like society loves to blame the woman for everything that's wrong. And I'm just kind of like, two people entered into this situation. So I don't know why we are just like crucifying this one lady. Secondly, I've been in articles before and I've said certain things and it didn't make it to the article in Houston. So I know for a fact that they're not going to put the best parts of whatever I said into the conversation in the article. They're going to put whatever is going to sell, whatever is going to get the readers to come back. So that's number one. Plus, it's like, we know 5 seconds about what this lady was asking. I think you said he's 13 years old. So my thing is, I mean, I don't know all of the answers because I didn't know about this lady. But to me, I'm just kind of like, if she hasn't said anything for 13 years and someone has asked her a question, it's not like she's like, let me hop around to all the different publications and say, my son is Beyonce's brother or whatever. If someone asked her and then she chose to say, you know what, I've been quiet all this time, someone is asking me a question, why is she the this, that, and the third? It's just kind of like someone asked her. And then also, how many people out there in the zeitgeist haven't had a conversation about their baby daddy and didn't speak of him in such the greatest, the best light? So stop acting like nobody ever talks poorly about their baby's father and nobody else. says anything problematic about people that's in their life. It's just wrong. And if I
Well,
had a child,
Nikki. See, the thing is, a lot of times, and because we're short for time, a lot of times you get very general with the topic. I want to bring the train back on track, and I want you to finish speaking. I want the train to stay on track. Let's be clear here. We're talking about this particular situation right now, today. If I go open my legs to a married man and I get pregnant with twins, right? My twins are going to suffer because of the decision I made. Because you know what happens 9 times out of 10 if the wife themselves don't decide to leave the man, they stay with their wife. And now I got these twins over here, and I got this plane while their daddy is in that nice house in the gated community with his wife that he was with when I spread it low and dropped it low and spread it wide.
Right, but you didn't do that activity alone.
Tell my kids
you didn't do that activity alone. So why is there so much smoke for her? She didn't do it alone. She had a baby with the man. It's not like she went to the sperm bank and had a baby.
Listen,
so
Nikki,
let's not.
No, Nikki, here's the thing. Let's do this. And maybe I can connect with you.
Okay.
You and I go rob the bank. They catch me.
I'm not playing with you.
They catch me. They catch me.
I'm not playing with you.
No evidence against you.
You gonna sell me?
I can say all day long, well, Nikki was with me.
Yeah.
And your lawyer proved that you was not there. I'm going to jail. Clink, clink.
Let me be very clear, Diva.
Nikki,
I agree with you.
If I sleep with 3 men around the same time and I wake up pregnant and
Jerry
I don't
Springer.
know who the father is, that's on me. Now my poor kid is going to suffer. And if I go,
but it is. I agree.
No, hold on, Nikki. Now if I go get 3 men tested and none of them prove to be the father, that's messed up. I'm the one that messed that up.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. What I'm saying is this: the problem that I have.
No, hold on. What I'm saying is, I'm
okay,
gonna let you talk. Let me just say this one last thing. I could have 10 kids by 10 different men. How is that man's other children responsible for my 10 kids? How?
When did maybe I missed it? I didn't read this article, but did she say Beyonce's responsible for this person?
Why are you calling Beyonce's name?
Listen, I'm not her. I haven't had a child with Beyonce daddy, but I promise you, I forget. I think he has a little girl too somewhere. And I remember 10 years ago or 15 years ago, I used to say,
wait, hold on, Nikki.
why isn't Beyonce?
You heard that, Nikki? I heard that too, but you heard that, right? We just heard that. Do you hear her talking? Where should be?
No, I only know about it because someone at the time was talking about it, and I thought to myself the same thing.
Is she doing an article?
No, listen to what I'm saying, Diva. What I'm saying to you is
she doing an article?
No, listen to hear me out. I don't disagree with you wholeheartedly. I'm simply saying this.
Yeah.
I feel like this conversation and a lot of conversations, when it's a woman, it just seems like we just hammer her into the ground when all I'm saying is there's 2 people involved. That's my only beef with the conversation. Because, like I said, the child is 13 years old. And if this lady's been quiet for 13 years, why are we just like...
No, she hasn't. No, she hasn't. It was an article out when the baby was first made. Nope, that's not true.
But what I'm saying is this: she's not like somebody who's running. We know like the people that are thirst traps all the time. All I'm saying is, if it's out there, I this is the first time I've ever heard of it. But my point is this: I don't necessarily disagree if her son, like Miss E said, knows who his actual sister is, even if it's his half sister or whatever, and is asking her. Many women that I know have baby daddies or have baby father. They're not with them anymore, or whatever the case may be. And I see how it damages the kids. And both parents are pretty good parents, but it's still damaging them. And this idea that this lady can't say anything about her feelings that her son is saying to her, it doesn't always mean that the woman is just like, oh, your daddy ain't. It doesn't mean that that's what she's doing. She's a parent, and I'm not even a parent. And I've seen kids be sad about why my dad isn't here, why my mom isn't here. So mama doesn't have to put it in her brain or have some scheme or plan.
I gotta get to Roy.
Okay,
way over time.
Okay,
I think we're not connecting.
You get me to be one.
Wait, hold on. One second. Somebody's giving me feedback. I think we're not connecting because what I think you're missing is that yes, a child should know their other siblings, right? But you got Nick Cannon, who the siblings don't know each other. Let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 100. Do you think that those kids are over there chilling with Morocco and Moreau? They're not. They're not.
Well,
And
because
guess
that
what?
mother's a horrible
They're
woman.
gonna grow up. They're gonna grow up knowing at some point they're gonna realize that, oh, my half brother and sister is Mariah Carey kids. Well, guess what? Mariah Carey ain't having it. So what good would it do any of those mothers to say, oh, my kid is crying at night because Moroccan and Moreau are their siblings, or Mariah should be doing something about this? Come on now.
Unless this lady was sought
I'm trying
out.
to have you connect here. What this woman did, it ain't nothing to do with Nixon. It's about her clout chasing. It's about her trying to shame somebody. And she's shaming the wrong person. If Beyonce's name was not in that article, I'm going to tell you this right now. She would have straight said Matthew, Matthew, Matthew. I would have let her have it. I would have let her have it because he's the father. But you calling Beyonce, and if Beyonce wasn't who she was, then what? Would you still be pressed for your son to know his half sibling? I'm gonna say not.
I think that's ludicrous because
let me tell you something. I know plenty of people, because this is not a new thing, right? I know plenty of people that had babies outside of their marriage, and those siblings don't
Me
got
too,
nothing to
Diva.
do with each other.
But I'm gonna say this
Me
one
too.
last thing though. Solange, when she was trying to become, a solo star, whatever the case may be, because me and Beyonce are the same age, right? I used to always be like, I know she wants to be, just like Beyonce, whatever. But it came to a point where it was like Beyonce overshadows everything Solange does. And so, in my opinion, Solange has distanced herself a great deal from, Beyonce, her sister, because my point is she's never going to be able to go on any interview, anything in the world without them asking her about her super uber famous sister. So what's really the difference? Why is it that so bad that this lady mentioned a really big star, but it's not that bad for them to mention the really big star when they talk to Solange? She'll never get away from it. For the rest of her life, she'll be Beyonce's little sister. So I don't know why this child and this mother that has a child that's akin to Beyonce is the worst person in the world because she mentioned Beyonce's name.
I gotta go to Royer.
Stop.
I gotta go to Royer.
Go ahead.
Because we're not calling her the worst person in the world, but what we're doing is we trying to help the people learn
They
something.
call that lady a hoe from the beginning. How you know she a hoe?
Because she is a hoe from the beginning. She slept with a married woman. Go ahead and go to, in my
You
opinion.
mean a married man?
And then I can go and we can log out of here. Because in my opinion, didn't speak yet. Go ahead, in my opinion.
I'm sorry. In my opinion, speak.
Okay, so if she said her son wanted to know why Beyonce ain't in her life, then she should have talked to him. She should have sat that little boy down and said, You know that song, I was a hoe, I know I'm a hoe, that's your mama. And then you should have told him that her daddy was, you heard the song, Papa was a rolling stone. That's what she should have told him.
No, she should tell him Jay-Z got kids he don't take care of either. That's why Beyonce ain't back there.
This ain't about Jay-Z. We're not talking about Jay-Z. We're talking about
I'm saying there's a lot of hoes around here.
Jay-Z was not married.
It's a whole lot of hoes.
Jay-Z wasn't married though.
If you spread your leg wide open for a married man, you are a hoe.
Please be quiet so I can finish my point. Matthew Knowles was married. Jay-Z wasn't married when he had that alleged child. No matter what situation their marriage was in, legally he was still married. As you said, Nikki, it takes two people, not three. Two. Guess who two laid down? Matthew Knowles and this side chick who wanted to be with a married man. Just like she walked into this world and she thought she had a blessing and your blessing turned out bad, guess what? You birthed your child into a bad blessing because you had a child with a married woman. And you cannot be upset at the repercussions. See, this is what I be talking about. You got to face your decisions. You got to face your choices. But then when it's time to face the choices, then everybody want to be up in arms. I'm so confused. I'm very confused by this. A lot of us sit on here on this screen and talk about what we would do, but it's very funny. A lot of us have these same personal issues in our lives, and we don't talk to our mamas, we don't talk to our daddies, we don't talk to our cousins, we don't talk to our aunties. It's a whole bunch of people we don't talk to. We don't talk to our baby daddies who we have children with, but then Beyonce got to turn around and talk to a brother who she don't have nothing to do with this little boy. She's never had anything to do with this little boy. Why am I going to ask?
He does have something to do with this little boy.
All people to have a relationship with a complete stranger. He is a stranger to her. He don't know her.
Why is he a stranger?
It was really about that. You would have asked about Miss Tina Knowles. You would have asked about Solange. You would have asked about Blue. You would have
Again, you know
asked
this.
about
You know she didn't.
Rumi and Sir. You would have asked about Solange's son. It's a list of people that you could have asked about, but no, you chose to ask about the one person that you knew would bring you what? Clout. Chasing for that clout, trying to keep your name in the public. Matthew Knowles wasn't big enough, so you had to say who? Her dad, Beyonce. I mean, her son, his daughter, Beyonce. Y'all get out of here with this foolishness. Beyonce's not responsible. She ain't paying child support. She don't have to meet this child. All of y'all, especially you definitely ain't finna get no concert to a ticket to this concert because Beyonce gonna hear this, and as soon as they scan your ticket, it's gonna say revoked.
Did you say
Warrior.
No, let that brother finish. Come on now,
Did he say me?
finish your words. Let that brother preach.
Especially me. Is that what you said?
No, I said E.
Oh, okay.
Let him learn. Let
but
him
you
learn.
will too. Your ticket will be marked revoked too, because that's foolishness. Why are we gonna ask a daughter, a daughter, to have a relationship with the child who her dad cheated on her mother with?
Come on, Roy.
The child didn't do anything.
The child didn't do anything though.
But it's
That's not my problem.
You mad at the woman, not the child,
Okay,
right?
so Donald Trump, he did what he did, right? But y'all still gonna go and vote for his wife? Y'all gonna vote for his wife to come in office? Y'all gonna vote for his children to come in office? No.
Hell no.
Because y'all collect everybody in the same category. If one is a problem, then everybody is a problem.
No.
The child didn't do anything, so I don't think that's fair.
That you wouldn't be upset, but you would, because you get upset with these people on here. So stop it.
Roy, right there, baby. No, hold on, guys.
I don't get upset
look
with
right
nobody.
there, baby. Look right there, baby. Look right there. Hey, you dropped.
Amen. He sure did.
You dropped the mic.
That's okay, Miss
Amen.
E1, though. Miss
Michelle,
E1, so
you know I love everybody here. Michelle said, Diva, you ain't always right. In this case, Michelle, or whoever said that, I'm right. Close your legs. Close your legs.
Two married men.
Close your legs.
The man didn't participate. The man didn't
They
participate.
both wrong.
But Beyonce didn't. Beyonce didn't. But Beyonce didn't.
Exactly.
That's true. That's true. But you have
So
a
why is she obligated to hold any kind of responsibility?
Hold
Go ahead and end the live, Diva. Go ahead and end the live.
Hold on one second, everybody. Y'all saying Beyonce can meet Nixon. Why? So then the mother gonna want to come to their house all the time. Why?
Stop predicting the future. You're not a fortune teller. Please stop.
Then the mother's gonna want and ask
Stop
for money.
predicting the future.
Stop being so righteous and stop being so imposing.
Right. Here's my thing.
What's imposing? What does that mean?
If Alexandra asked and mentioned everybody's name, the first person name she should have mentioned, that's how I know she clout chasing.
Oh my God.
The first person name she should have mentioned is the one that donated the sperm that went half and half on her that had Nixon. You laying in the bed
affairs
thinking
are not
about your
sperm
half.
donations.
No, hold
Right.
on. You laying in the bed asking about your half sister and not your daddy? Not your
Oh my God. How have we decided the sequence of events? How do we know this is exactly how this went down? Please explain. Stop. Y'all just don't like this lady, and that's just the end of it. Y'all just don't like her. I can't.
Because she's a homewrecker.
She's the worst person around. He's the man that's married. She wasn't married.
And you want to blame everybody else for the decision that you made. That's what it's
Oh,
about.
Diva, this is crazy.
Not her.
Take responsibility for what you did, accept the consequences, and move on. She
We
don't
both
want to
can
meet
agree.
your
He
child,
does
so
too.
she don't have to. She's not obligated to do so.
I didn't say she was
At all.
Okay,
I
But
didn't
that's
say
what
she
you've been
was.
saying.
All
What
I'm
are you
saying
talking
is,
about? That's what you've been saying.
No, all I said is they both are part of it. Why are we nailing her to the cross?
I said that she
was
needed to be
married.
taken.
Stop.
I said that.
The train is wrecked.
Oh,
The
well,
train
Miss E
is
said that.
wrecked.
I didn't say that.
I said it
hold
too. I said it
everybody
too.
accountable, not just
Latanya,
Beyonce is not everybody.
Listen,
Jesus.
the train has crashed. The train has crashed.
It has crashed.
It has crashed and burned.
It's on fire.
Diva, this was a mess.
That is a mess. Had I known we would have talked about this subject first. Roy, listen. Had I known that so many people was going to connect to home wreckers.
Home wreckers.
I mean, she is a home wrecker, though.
Diva be like, you know what? What's gonna get Nikki riled up? Let me just figure figure out what I
Well,
can
you,
say.
What
Like,
they
no.
say? What they say? What they
you
say?
can ride up about everything.
Birds
Yeah,
of
I
a
know.
feather flock
doesn't.
together. Birds of a
Yeah,
I
feather
have an
flock
opinion, and that's all it
together.
is. Just like you, Mim, in my opinion,
Listen,
that's all it is. I don't take nothing more from it. That's
Listen,
it.
the train is off the track. We don't call security, but I'm gonna close out and just
I don't
say
take none of it
I
personal at
hope
all.
y'all
Oh, me
purchased
either.
a ticket. I hope
None of us
the
do.
like button. And I'm just gonna close out and say this. Royer, you the co-conductor. Royer, you dropped the mic. Royer, had I known that the people was going to connect the whole
Except for when he talk about Candy
had
next
I
week.
known that the
Go ahead.
people was
Yeah.
going to side with the side chicks, I
Well,
would
Candy was a side chick.
So messy. Oh my god.
You side with Candy Burris every week. She's a side chick.
Keep that same energy when he don't like Candy next week. Okay. Keep
Let
it
Diva
there.
finish. Let Diva finish.
Go ahead, Leo. Say the
A
last
martini.
word. Say the last word, Leo. What did you say?
I need to find what the drink cart is at. I need a martini to get off the train and gather my drinks together.
Yes, Leo. Yes. Yes.
Riley Burris is a side piece, baby. Do you guys
Listen,
No,
have to
she's
say that?
not. No.
birds of a feather, they tend to
Good
flock
night, y'all.
together.
Good night, Diva, everybody. Good night.
Security. Good night. Good night, y'all.
Good night, everybody. Love y'all.
Good night.